This week on Habari Live, interview with Dave Miranda, host of Just Give Me 5. Interview with IDPizzle, artist, singer, and songwriter of Grom. Saturday, 10:30 a.m. Tune in on all platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Don't miss this episode. We'll be all the way live.
Habari Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live. Habari Live. From Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live podcast. The show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love HabariEntertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Iesha, Jimmi, and Damon Dipleen Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Habari Live, where we keep you updated with the news, sports, and entertainment throughout the week. Like always, we're all the way live from Paradise Valley in Phoenix, Arizona. Let's get it going. Yeah, man, we got a special day for you guys today. We got a lot of cool guests in the house. What's up, Iesha? What's up, Jimmi?
What's up?
Hi.
Oh my goodness, this dude here.
I'm trying my best, okay?
He went all the way.
Well, hey, at least we don't have the high like we usually get. We pump. That's what we're talking about. Now, today we got IDPizzle, who should be coming in a few minutes. But first, we got in the house, we got Mr. Dave Miranda from Mr. Miranda, and also from Just Give Me 5, which is on radio. What is it? 10. Oh my goodness, why don't I have it? 102.9. There we go. FM and all other platforms. Just Give Me 5. It's a great show, bro. Welcome in, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for having me,
bro. It's an honor, man, because you're doing big things around here, bro.
Oh man, we just going with the movement. You know what I mean?
Man, you guys' show is one of the best shot shows in Phoenix.
I appreciate
when I see it, the cinematography that you guys are going for, the angles, the places that you guys go,
right,
the whole look that you guys go for your show, top notch, man.
I appreciate that.
Top notch, bro.
Thank you.
I wish that Phoenix wasn't so clicky on some of the things, because I believe that you have the best hip hop show format.
Oh man,
in the city.
I appreciate
that. For real, man. I mean, there's no one that has a show that looks better than yours.
Right.
You know what I mean? For real, man. And the idea and the way you guys put it together, it's clean, man.
That's awesome. Thank you, man.
For sure. And I know, like I said, you were an MC for years, Mr. Miranda.
Yep.
You toured all around the world.
Mm-hmm.
Went all type places you got as an MC.
Right.
So I know your love for it is already there.
Absolutely.
Then your love for the local game, man. It's just, man, you what built that in you? What gave that love, that passion that you have for everyone that's in the city and what's going on, especially in the hip hop game? Where did that love come from?
Man, I mean, that was just instilled at a young age, man. I mean, falling in love with the hip hop culture, period. And back in '88 as a kid, it was just something that I knew I always wanted to do. I always wanted to be a part of.
Right.
And I've always just been really big on, admiring and giving those who did it before me their flowers.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So as a kid, so just an example, right? So as a kid watching Yo MTV Raps,
right.
You had Dr. Dre, Ed Lover, Fab Five Freddy, who would hit the streets. And it's like, I was like, even though I knew that I wanted to be an MC and I wanted to be in that field, I knew somehow, some way I wanted to do that too.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, when I saw how they were doing it, where they were showing love to, I mean, granted now, the artists that they had on are OGs.
Yeah, man.
But at that time it was current, it was fresh, it was still new.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And the fact that they were just showing all this love to them, giving them a platform to interview, tell their stories, shine light on their talents, their music, whatever they had going on.
Yeah.
I just love that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then as far as now going into, obviously the local scene, there's just so many individuals out here who paved the way for people like
Right.
myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's why when we started Just Give Me Five, it was like the idea was to pay homage to those individuals,
Mhm.
and it's no shot, of course, like at up and coming artists and everything like that. Within time, they'll be considered quote unquote legendary as well, as long as they stay consistent. They make their mark, right? They
Right.
make their
Right.
history because that's how it works.
Mhm.
But I just always wanted to give it up to the individuals who are not even necessarily doing anything anymore.
Right.
I mean, the guys that were getting on, some of them, whether they're radio personalities,
Right. Right.
they're like in their late 50s, early
Yeah.
60s. They don't even do that anymore.
Right.
So it's like such a rewarding feeling when we have them on the show because you can
Mhm.
see it in their
Yeah,
eyes,
man.
man.
They love it.
Like when they're going back to those times, they're like,
Mhm.
yeah, man, I remember in 1988 we were, or something like,
Yeah.
and you just see that it's just such a joy,
Man,
man.
dude.
You
And
know?
that's what makes the show so good.
Yeah.
It's because it takes you down memory lane.
Right.
And I
right.
feel as though every time I watch, I learn something about Phoenix hip hop.
that's
And
the goal.
I learned something about the history of
Mhm.
where hip hop came from before I got here. I got here in 2001. And I
Okay,
didn't I
yeah.
have no idea what was going on. I
In the
just came here.
90s
You know what I
and-
mean? So
right.
what happened in the 90s and how it got to
Exactly.
how it was in 2000s, I had no idea. So
Right.
it was dope to hear about those things and hear about the people who got it to that point. The people who even here were in the 70s and 80s that were
Exactly.
kicking it off, and people forget about those people, man. And
They do, man.
yeah.
They do. Like I remember we have my boy Pi Gomez on the show, right? So he was a part of Brothers Grimm, and they were at the time you know, at way back in the day, they were signed with Rough House Records, who was with that was House of Pain.
Yeah.
Cypress Hill was on there as
Yeah.
well. So, and they're from here.
Wow.
So, like, just an example. So, Pi, I remember was like, he hit me up and he goes, because he's always trying to give me some insight of like some OGs that maybe I'm not aware of, right? So he goes, yo, Dave, he goes, check this out, man. He goes, I'm gonna give you a little gem right now. He goes, there was a group from South Phoenix back in the day. They were called D30 Ice.
Wow.
And he goes, the reason I'm telling you about them is because some of them were by way of LA, but they went to like South High, like, you know what I mean? Like they grew up here. They were the ones who not necessarily maybe didn't necessarily give them the full inspiration, but played a huge role in NWA changing their attire
Wow.
from white t-shirts. When the NWA and the Posse album cover, you notice they had like blue Dodger
Yeah.
hats,
Yeah.
white tees, and
Yep.
some blue Levi's, right?
Mhm.
They're the ones who actually inspired them, played a huge part in them
Right.
changing it to the
To
all
the
black
all
or
black.
Raider
Right.
attire.
To the Raiders
And
attire.
the reason that happened is because they did a show in like 1989
Mhm.
at Celebrity Theater.
Right.
They opened up for NWA.
Wow.
And all of them were in all black LA Kings, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Raiders, White
Yeah.
Sox gear, you know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? And NWA was just like, yo, who are these guys? So when you look at the Straight Outta Compton album cover,
Yeah.
because remember when album covers were around, you had credits.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So
Definitely.
right, that seems like so foreign now.
Most of them were in pretty much, it was blue and white. It was blue,
Yeah.
a lot of blue.
It was a lot of blue because it was Dodger colors, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you look at the credits on there,
Mhm.
one of the only this is on the Straight Outta Compton album. One of the only groups on there that's getting a thank you is D30 Ice.
Wow.
That's something.
Wow. And they're from Phoenix. That's
so
crazy.
and then we had my boy Clarence on the show, who he goes by Coach C as well now, and he was in D30 Ice. He was one of the main guys, right?
Right.
So we had him on the show. I got in contact with him,
Man.
and his cousin
Mhm.
is 3, and he was from the Lynch Mob with Ice
Wow.
Cube,
Yeah.
and he grew up here as well. So
Wow.
the way they met, it's all like 6 degrees of
Yeah,
separation.
man.
When Cube was coming out here at the time, he was going to DeVry.
Right. Yeah.
This was in the early, this was in the early, no, this was in the 80s. This was before the 90s. He was going to DeVry out here for about 2.5 years. He talks about it too. He's like, I lived in Arizona, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when he lived out here, that's when he linked up with 3. and everybody and all the guys that they were doing stuff with,
Mhm.
and then they ended up forming the Lynch Mob.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's crazy,
there's
man.
just that's just a gem right there.
Yeah,
Like that's
man.
just and that's Arizona.
Right.
Like you have you have two like an Arizona group and individuals,
Mhm.
MCs that inspired one of the biggest
Biggest
hip
groups
hop groups
in
to
history,
ever
man.
do it.
Definitely.
You know, that's yeah, man. So
That's
that
crazy.
kind of stuff, you know what I mean?
Right. And that's what it's about, because if you don't know, you're online talking about, oh, Phoenix has never did anything. They never put anybody on. They never
Yeah,
been
man.
there.
I never I stopped paying
Man,
attention to that a long time ago, especially when I started doing the show.
man,
Because I was like, well, the proof is in the pudding,
that's
man.
real, man.
I mean, these dudes went to South Mountain High
Mhm.
School and they inspired NW. Come
Right.
on, you know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
It's
You
there,
know,
man.
yeah,
And it's so many people that has done so much to put this place on a pedestal, I believe. I think, man, Phoenix people are just, I think we're spoiled, because where I come from, even though St. Louis, we get artists out,
Mhm.
and artists come, like right now, Sexy Red, she's coming out, and all the other artists come out of St. Louis.
Yeah.
I just think that they don't have the platforms. They don't have the shows and the places and
Right.
venues
Oh
that they
no.
have, that we have here. They don't,
Absolutely.
man, dude. They have it so good here, man. And I think that they don't really realize how good they have it here. And they always complaining about what they don't have, instead of trying to pump up what is good about Phoenix.
Well, and I look at it this way too, is especially with the new artists, right? Is that they really have no reason to complain, period.
Man,
You know, we were coming from a time when I was entering the game, there was no social media.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you had to actually have a street team and go out and do guerrilla marketing,
Mhm.
at 2 o'clock in the morning or something.
Right.
And you had to go put posters up, outside of, we used to go, the big venue back in the day used to be the Brick House.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like in downtown Phoenix by the Suns Arena. And so you'd have to go there. You'd have to it was guerrilla marketing, man. Like you had to get out and get dirty, man, and just,
Mhm.
hang up posters, pass out flyers, shake hands, look
Right.
people in the eye.
Yeah.
Like you had to do that.
Mhm.
So these guys now, it's just mind-boggling to me
Yeah.
when I see them complaining, because I'm
Right.
like, you have a phone, man. You can
Man.
do everything from the
From your
from the touch of
phone.
a screen.
And they don't have to do any
You
of
don't
that
have to do
legwork.
anything. You know what I'm saying?
Man. And you
But
know what, though? That's why you were successful as an MC. You know what I'm saying? I had issues with that type stuff. I didn't want to do none of that shit. And that's why
Yeah.
that's why you were the man. And you guys killed it, because you guys went out and actually shook hands. You guys were out there. And
Yeah.
you always saw you, and you always take pictures and make sure you know where you was
Right.
at, and that was always important too. And I was always bad at that too. But that's what built you for what you're doing now, though.
Right.
For real.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, absolutely. Like I remember even my mom, was telling me when we probably like we're almost, gosh, December will be 3 years already, but 2 years, the second year that we were into it,
Mhm.
she really started seeing how it was moving very fast. You know
Right.
what I mean? It was, taking off. And she was saying, I remember she told me we were having dinner and she was like, you know, it's it's so fascinating because if you think about it, you being a hip hop artist and
Mhm.
you going out there and
Mhm.
doing everything you did, but being a good person to these
Yes.
people. She goes, that's why it's
That's
such a
why.
success. Because, can we curse on here? Okay,
Definitely.
okay. Because she was like, think about it. She goes, I mean, if you were like an asshole to these
Definitely.
people, or something like that, you think people would be so quick to support what you're doing right
No,
now? She
absolutely
goes,
not.
so that speaks volumes. She goes,
Definitely.
that's something you need to be proud of.
You were.
But we don't think of it like that because we're
Mm-mm.
just so caught up in just doing.
Yeah.
So when she said that, I sat back and kind of analyzed, and I was like, wow, that's absolutely right.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You built a bridge, and that bridge of people,
Mhm.
and just building relationships can take you to a lot of places.
But I had my OGs that told me this is what you need to do, because
Mhm.
I remember back, in what was it, like 04. Oh no, 05 is when I went on my first tour, right?
Okay.
And prior to that, one of my OGs was like, yo, man, like, you know, Arizona's cool, you know what I'm saying? Like that's home,
Mhm.
but you got to get out.
Yeah.
You got to go out and meet other people, because that's going to be the true test of if this is something you want to do,
Mhm.
and it's going to be the true test to show if people really are
Really
rocking
gonna
with you.
rock with you. Yeah.
Because you can have, your coworkers,
Yep.
you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, your family, your
Yeah.
cousins, your brother, sister,
Mhm.
whatever, right? They could be supporting you all day,
Right.
man, homies that you grew up with. but that's because they know you, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just gonna be love regardless.
Mhm.
You go out to, Memphis, Tennessee, you go out to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, just California, even,
Yeah.
I mean, Texas, where no one knows who you are,
Right.
man, and you rock it. That's a different kind of love,
Definitely.
man. And that's why a lot of those people that I met on that
Mhm.
first tour,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like almost 20 some years ago, they remember me. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, and we're still, some of them I'm still cool with to this very
Right.
day.
Right.
So they see everything that I'm doing and they're like, man, that's Dave. You know what I mean?
Man,
Like, I
yeah.
remember him. I remember meeting him in Kansas City at the Peanut in
Right.
2005. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, just that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean, that's how. And dude, you were a really good MC, dog.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, hey man, I bought one of your. I remember me and you pulled up on you and we bought one of your CDs. I think I ended up losing it because I lost it. Yes, I was looking for it yesterday, trying to
I
find it
remember that. Yeah, we
because I
met up by
bought it.
Arizona Mills. We met
Yep,
up at
I
a
bought
gas
it.
station.
Yep,
Yep,
and I
yep.
bought you one of your CDs.
Yeah,
And that
man. No,
motherfucker was hot, man.
you've always showed love, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That's why I'm here right now.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
right.
You showed me love, and I'm here now. So it goes a
Exactly.
long way.
That's
You know
how
what I
it
mean?
is, man.
Yep.
That's how it is because I try my best, especially when I see somebody that's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
man.
just try to support, man.
Yeah.
And you know, that's all we have out here is each other.
That's all
So
we
you know what I
have is
mean? And
each
you
other,
were
man.
to me, I'm looking at you like, dog, he's trying to do his thing, so I'm just gonna support him. But on top of that, you were good. You actually had
Yeah,
good
yeah,
songs, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. I know, I
Like your
get it.
shit was actually good, man. So hey
Right.
man, you were a great MC, man. And you were, you know, with the Writers Guild, you guys
Yeah.
was a great group too, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
as of rappers.
and we all just go so far back, because like my second tour that I met Mega Ran in 2006.
Okay.
And so he had moved out. He had just moved out here probably like 4 months prior. And that was when he was a school teacher.
Mm-hmm.
He came out here from Philly. And I was doing a show. We were getting ready to go. We were getting ready to leave on a tour. And he was opening up for us at the Hidden House. And
He joined.
and and
Sorry to interrupt.
Join. Okay.
And David said it only takes guys like me to recognize others and see what they're doing outside of Dallas, Texas, to see what other states are doing, like Habari and Phoenix. Y'all doing great at what y'all doing, so keep it up. And love.
We appreciate you.
That's a lot,
David. We appreciate you watching all the way from Texas. You know, that's what it's about. You know, if it's not about people like David taking the time out to watch, we wouldn't be known in any of these places. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Taking a second to support. He's on.
Yeah, I'm just join back in. To join back, yeah, he left.
He left.
Yeah, but I think he's gonna join back in.
Okay. All right. Well, let us know.
But no, I was just saying. So like, I met him back then.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky, I met him in 07. Met Penny as well as in 07. So
Dang.
we all go back so far, man. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't know this though, is that back in the day, in the early days, Rocky and Mega Ran had beef.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think nobody knew about
Yeah,
that.
man. There was so it all started at when I think it was Scribble Jam. They brought it to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
And Rocky's very, he's a very competitive MC. So it's
Very.
like, and so is Ra,
Right.
Mega Ran. You know what I mean? So like they were in the battle and Ran beat him.
Wow.
He kind of didn't appreciate, he didn't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? Wanted a rematch, right? And it just kind of escalated from there. It
Right.
led to a couple diss tracks.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And they were on Arizona Beats. Do you remember Arizona Beats?
No, I don't.
So
Before my time.
ArizonaBeats.com. Well, it was 2005, 2006.
I probably
So
just was
Blaze
asleep. Yeah.
Blaze Rock he ran it, right?
Okay.
And so it was because prior to that was 602 Streets, and that was our forum out here. That was
Oh.
back in the day.
Okay.
That's how I met a lot of people back in the day.
And this was a website
A
or
website forum.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like you could just like OK Player or something.
Okay. Yeah.
But it was locally, so you'd have like artists out here. There was a lot of beefs that would happen on there, like
Okay.
especially back in the day, right?
Right.
All that ego.
Right.
So they had like diss tracks on there and stuff.
Wow.
It got crazy. And then this dude Speak Green, that I got a shout out. We did a mixtape together in 08. It was The Wonderful World of Mr. Miranda. And we took the whole concept from Little C's, the Wonderful World of Caesar Leo,
Yeah.
his album. So it was kind of like that, right? And Speak was was doing the mixtape with me.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up making making peace with all of it for them. So that's how they
Wow.
became cool.
Man,
It was right outside of the Hidden House, man, and they just became cool. You know what I mean?
we good?
Yeah, he's
All right, let's go ahead and bring him in.
Yeah.
Bring him up on the screen when you can.
And David also said, who are some of your musical influences?
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
you want me to answer that?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay. Oh man, there's a lot. Hip hop wise, Master Ace, AZ, Nas, Common, Fonte of Little Brother. Gosh, man. I mean,
he going all the way back, ain't he?
The list just goes. Of course, like Big Daddy Kane, the legends, Rakim,
the legend.
Tupac as well.
Definitely.
I mean, it just goes, man. Just lyricists. Elzai. You got even Joe Budden, man. I know everybody knows Joe as like
Joe used to get it hype
as media, but in the Mood Music mixtapes, he got busy, man. So yeah, those are some, man. And of course, me being Hispanic, lighter shade of brown, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Kid Ross, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, Big Pun, you know what I mean? Of course. The Mexicans, I don't know if people remember them from back in the day. The Mexicans, you know what I'm saying? They got busy, man.
For real.
For
real, man. Ice when I was in St. Louis, I was bumping that. You know what I mean? So those were songs.
They were in the source,
I didn't even know they were Mexican. I just thought they were black.
Right,
people just dropping hits. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
definitely, man. Yeah, that's some though.
IDPizzle.
Yeah.
Okay. What's up with it, bro? How you doing?
I'm good, and you, my family. How you doing?
Man, thanks for coming on to the show, bro. We are okay. Now we got there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, man. Welcome to the show, bro. We want to thank you for coming on, man. Real quick, we want to do is we want to play a real quick clip of your video. All right, is that okay? We're gonna come right back and we're gonna talk about that. You got the video, don't you? All right. What was it called? Can you send it to him?
It should be in the
Gmail. Just click on that and bring that up. And we're gonna talk. We got the song. I think it's called Sifflet.
Sifflet, yeah. That's my new banger.
Oh yeah, man. We're gonna play that for the people a little bit, man, and we're gonna let them hear what you're doing out there in Belgium.
Thanks, fam.
For sure.
Another DJ Girls Beats.
Hey yo, 115. Kita no volume ma piano na depuis na mekia on a lingala bango to ba musala. Des pères et des mères, Congolais makila, bango bakanisa kinga ina kosila. Jamais trahir les Congo, comme l'a dit Laurent Désiré Kabila. Na yena ma piano na kinba ya balandi vibe. Na koti silingala na boyo epesi good vibe. Oh, ini minimo yo kandenga IDPizzle la musi milimo ya. Fire ya to siffler. Yo kandenga na o siffler. Fire ya to siffler. Yo kandenga na o siffler.
Man, my brother. That's banging, bro.
Thanks, fam.
We liking it. We over jumping in here.
Mad.
It's hot, man.
Got that old beanie man sound, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It sounds great, brother. I like
Thanks,
it.
fam. There's some I'm a piano sound on the beat, and I keep that rumba and drill flow on it. That's creating something like special.
Man, dog. I mean, I love your energy, bro. When every video I watched, everything I watched to you, the energy is just maximized. You know what I mean? I saw you on stage, man. You live on 10. You know what I mean? So hey, dog,
real.
You go hard, my brother. I like it.
For real. Thank you. I really appreciate. When you're doing things with your heart and you real, you're true to yourself, the energy never lie.
Man. And that's real, man. You can see it's just you live this. You know what I mean? It's real. You could tell that you're not faking any time that you're doing what you're doing. This is out of love. This is
For
what you
real.
love to do. You know what I mean? And I can see it out of everything you're doing and posting, bro. It's beautiful. Tell people a little bit about something about Afro-Fusion. What is that about? What does that
Okay.
entail?
Okay. Afrofusion. It's about the basic. It's an Afrobeat, and the fusion is I can have like Afrobeat. The beat is African,
Mhm.
100 African,
Right.
with some Congolese rumba music, and
Mm,
I can bring like hip hop vibe
right.
or rumba vibe on it, or even R&B on it. It's dependent how the song sounds or how I feel the track.
Man.
So it's not only Afro on it. We got like R&B on it. We got like hip hop. We got African style.
Yeah.
So Afrofusion, it's a what I do on Afrofusion. It's a mix of Lingala. Lingala is my language from Congo,
Okay.
and mixing with all the African sounds, all the music vibe.
Man.
But the basic is African music. I can bring R&B guitar or Chinese sounds on it. You get me?
Yeah.
Trying to make like all the fusion. It's all about music. It's all about vibe. We got like connections.
Man, dude. It's
Nice.
great, beautiful music, man. And I love that how it's bringing into the African roots, man. It makes you
I
want
do
to
too.
dance, bro.
It does.
It just makes you want to move. And I know that's the new thing that's going on. A lot of people are using that. But in
Yeah.
the Belgium scene, do you have a lot of Afro fusion going on? Are you one of the only people that's dropping songs like this in that scene, or is there a huge scene of artists that are bring coming out of this area, bringing this type music out?
Okay, it's like a new vibe. It's like a new vibe. Afrofusion was born from the drill sounds from Pop Smoke Dio.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
I made a remix, and I was like doing Pop Smoke sounds. I have to bring me on it. So
okay,
I'm from Africa. I'm from
right,
Congo. So I had to bring that African vibe on it,
Yeah.
um, adding that African guitar on it, African rumba music on the drill music, and bring that melody. Yeah.
yeah,
So and now it's like a new wave. Everybody doing it here in
right,
Belgium, not only in Belgium, in Africa.
right,
Afrofusion that I made, it's like the Afro drill or
mm,
African. Not only not it's not only Afrobeat, but it's like it's the mix, the fusion of all the type of music with
right.
African music and my originality.
Man, I mean,
Yeah.
one thing I can say that's a little different is you bring love into it.
Hmm.
You bring relationships into it. So I mean, you say I can hear you talking about drill, but it's a lot dip. The style of the way you're doing your flows, I can hear that. But what you're talking about is a lot deeper than what these guys talking about in this drill music. So I like what you're talking about, man, and how you're bringing the music, man. So you got 25,000 subscribers. You got
Yeah.
90,000 followers on Instagram. So you're having a successful career out there so far.
Thanks. I really appreciate that. But sometimes I feel like I'm too underrated.
Right.
Yeah, I don't deserve. I don't have props that I really deserve. I feel
Right.
like people they are inspiring themselves from me, and now they are not giving me credit. I don't
Right.
need that. I feel so blessed.
Oh, we lost him.
Sorry, I got people calling me. I don't know if you're listening to me. You're still
No,
having
we're here.
me.
We're here.
Yeah, we hear.
We're here. Uh-oh.
Just hitting ignore. It's
Right.
probably
Yeah, that's what
incoming
it's
call.
doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See that happen on IG Live a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this
Like,
what happens when you're live. There we go. You
Hello.
got, yes, sir. We got you. Okay. All right, we lost him all the way. But all right, man.
Yeah,
So
there we go.
what?
It looks like he coming back
No,
in.
no.
Oh.
Yeah, we lost him. It's all good, man. That was a good call. We was able to get his music in for a moment. If he come back in, just let us know. So we was talking to Dave here, man. It was cool. We'll get him back hopefully. IDPizzle. We just wait a few moments. But anyway, though, we was talking to Dave, man. Now tell us, after you taking the little hiatus from hip hop, I know you came to a point where you decided I'm going to go ahead and stop MCing. I know that was a big decision for you. What was the main um, reason that you decided, hey man, I'm going to go ahead and start going, even though you were a pretty successful MC?
Yeah, I just got tired of the business, man. You know what I mean? Like it was just, I always told myself like when it's not fun anymore,
Mm-hmm.
that's when you just gotta, and it was causing me. It just was causing me a lot of just like I was depressed for a little while. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Yep.
it's just because not it wasn't even on some necessarily like where it was like I felt like I should be here, nothing like that. I was
Right.
like,
Right.
because I've always had this real big form of gratitude, but it was
Mm-hmm.
just the business, man, the politics and everything. It just wasn't fun anymore.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, yo, man, like I felt like I was forcing stuff. And I
Yep.
had, and I have like I released like what 15 albums, man.
Damn,
15
dude.
projects, you know what
Holy
I'm saying? Throughout, you know
shit.
what I'm saying? Throughout a whole
Wow.
like 15, 14 year
That's
span. You know what I'm
crazy.
saying?
You
Like
was dropping every year.
we was dropping a lot, man. You know what I mean?
Man.
That includes like the Miranda album with me and Mega Ran.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That we dropped in 2011.
Is that him? All right, just bring him back on when you can.
Okay.
But dude, yeah, man.
Amazing.
I understand, bro, how hard it is to keep going. What's up, IDPizzle?
Yeah, good. I'm sorry. I'm
Oh
receiving
no,
calls. People
no
are
problem,
calling
man.
me.
We
That's why.
understand, man. Technical difficulties. We talking to you from across seas, man. It happens. So bro, we wanted to talk a little bit more about the Belgium scene and how you're being accepted there. How the people, how's the scene there? Are you having a tough time bringing in people trying to get see your music? Let us know how
hmm
the scene is out there.
Okay. Everything is dope. It's been like it was not easy for me to get like my name on the map in Belgium
Hmm.
because here we speak French
Right.
and we speak French and Netherlands,
Okay.
Dutch, French and Dutch.
Right.
But I have a vision because if I'm doing music, first thing I was listening from my cousins was rap music, American rap music.
Yes, sir.
So
Right.
since young, since in Congo, even in Africa, I had my American dream. I was like,
Right.
yo, I want to be like 50 Cent, all these superstar Lil Wayne.
Right.
So I was singing in English in French country,
Oh, okay.
but I had the vision. So
Right.
my vision was, I have to be listening in the USA or UK, whatever.
Right.
So it's been like when you have a dream, you have to walk and trying to make your dream come true. It took a long time, but
Yeah.
it's becoming true because in 2020 that I had my first hit single, the remix on Billie Jean. It went like viral
Wow.
first in UK. So then people was like, "Yo, that nigga's from Belgium. We so proud of him." So they give me my chance, and now sometimes I'm doing also songs in French because I've been mixed language since long time.
Man.
But
Yeah.
the game in Belgium it was too small, but now we getting light.
Okay.
We got talented people, and we're trying to build. And I'm so proud and happy to be one of the guy who are supporting this movement.
Man, it's so dope, man. It's exciting. I'm I just love what you guys doing, man. No matter where we are at, we make it happen. And that's what I like. It don't matter where we're at, man. We make it happen. America, Belgium, London, Jamaica. You know what I mean? Black people make it happen and they do what they need and they do what they love and they put that work in to make sure that it's going to happen. So man, tell us a little bit about Syphilis, man. What's the song about? What inspired you to come up with this track?
Yeah, Sifle is. I just wanted to get to bring my imagination more far right. It's like I was proud that people was doing what I created,
Mm.
and I'm so also proud to try something other people created, but always keeping being original with
Right.
myself. So Sifle It's like I'm talking about, yeah, I'm from Congo. It's been a long time. I've been doing this. I wrote more songs, more lyrics, more punchlines. So right now I don't need to sing a lot. In this song, we just need to vibe and siffle. Siffle
Right.
is doing this.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm like, yo, bro,
Okay.
I know you love my style. You wanna listen some punchline, but on this track, I just wanna spend a good time, have a good vibe and siffle.
Man,
And
okay.
on the second verse, I wanted to show the people like even on my piano style, I can rap on it. I can
Man,
bring like there's a fusion.
right.
Okay, on the second verse, I'm like, yeah, IDPizzle, I'm um I'm a karate maestro, but I can do judo moves. Like I'm everywhere. You
Right.
get me? Yeah, you can play all the styles of music. I'm gonna kill it, even
Right.
only with the guitar or with the piano.
Man. Can
Okay.
you play other instruments?
Yeah, I can try to play guitar, but all my melodies, I pay guitarist and I give you the melody with my mouth.
Man.
It's like on Roomba drill, the Roomba guitar. I was like, yo, bro, play me this. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh my
dun, dun,
goodness.
dun, 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 dun. You see Congo, yeah, bro. There
Right.
is so many talented people, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
not too much money. So there is people they ain't got even money to buy instrumental, so they do
Right.
everything with their mouth.
Man, it's so beautiful too, and
It
that whole
is.
like that style of bringing in the we got to do more of that, man, because it's
Yeah, we
so
do.
beautiful, man. It seems
For
like you
real.
listen to a lot of reggae, also, man. Who was some of your reggae inspirations growing up?
Bro, my reggae inspiration, the number one, is always gonna be Bob Marley.
That's
Bob
real.
Marley.
Yeah,
That's
Bob
real.
Marley, but and we got also legends, reggae legends in Africa like Chicken Jaffa Koli. I don't know if you know him.
Nah, I'm sleep.
Chicken
Uh huh.
and Popcorn. Sorry. Yes, I got it. So, ok. Je suis en interview, je vous les donne, okay? Okay.
It's so many languages, so
Yeah.
beautiful over there, bro.
Sorry, my
It's
brother.
so beautiful.
Today the podcast, it's like my life. I mean my hood, calling, pas de problème. Gros bisous à vous, madame.
Mercy. I love
Okay.
it. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
So dope.
that's our auntie. I'm in the hood, in my hood, and
For sure.
she's like one of the oldest people ever. Like good vibe. If you
Yeah,
don't know
man.
her, you are not from my city.
Man, that's love, bro. That is love. So, are you working on a future album that's coming up? What's coming up for the future for IDPizzle? What you got going on?
Okay, the future of IDP. So I'm working on an album. I just dropped the EP. The
Mhm.
EP, it was only for my African people, my people from Belgium.
Mm.
And now I'm just getting back on my dreams. My dream is to be one of the hardest artists in the world, even in the USA. So I'm back in English. I know I'm proud of being African, and I really sounds like African guy.
Hey,
So
man.
I'm proud of myself. I'm working on the album. There is gonna be like a real Afro-Fusion, but not only Afro-Fusion. I'm gonna try to bring something new.
Yeah.
But I'm working on the album. I got bangers on it. It's like the project of my life. Since I've been working, I never dropped album before. This is gonna be my first album ever. So I'm putting everything I got.
Man, bro.
Oh, that's
It's
nice.
gonna be it's gonna drop on the Christmas Day,
We'll have to
December
get you to send
25th.
us a copy.
That's my
Yeah,
birthday.
man. Do not forget us because we want to put us in the link. Also, make sure you send Priscilla a PR release on it,
Yeah,
and we'll make sure we get it
pre-release.
on our website
For
to
real.
pump it out for everybody to know that it's coming out, bro. We
For
want to help
real.
you as much as we can to help you out in the US. We in Phoenix, so we're gonna try to help you as much as we can to get people here to know who you are and know and go get that beautiful music you making out there, bro. Um, let people know how to find you, how to follow you, and how to find your music and everything.
Okay. To find me, it's easy. Um, I got social media. Like I'm on Instagram, YouTube. It's the same thing. Like my artist name, IDPizzle,
Mhm.
and Twitter. the same thing. I saw Twitter now is X. Okay, on
Right,
X,
right.
the
X.
same thing.
Right.
I was like, I was looking for application. Like, where's Twitter? And I was
Made
like,
it,
oh, X. Okay, cool.
man.
So
Right.
I'm on all platforms, Spotify, everywhere. Just be free. If you are using Apple Music, go to Apple Music. If you use
Okay.
Spotify, if you're on the YouTube, just check IDPizzle. Please follow me and listen to my music. If you never listened to my music before, you're missing something
Man,
crazy.
you
Trust
definitely
me.
are, bro. You
I'm like,
definitely are.
what I really like the word 50 Cent said on Many Men song. I'm like, I'm a diamond in the dirt. I ain't got fun.
Hey,
Right,
that is the
right.
jam too. That Many
It
Man is
is.
what. Hey, that's one of my
Yeah,
favorite 50 songs,
Yep.
man. That's one
bro,
of my
trust
favorites.
me.
That's one of his best for me. And hey, man, we appreciate you coming on IDPizzle, man. We're gonna make sure to follow you, bro. We're gonna make sure to tell everybody to follow you and listen to your music. We appreciate you coming on and talking to us for a minute. And we will contact you soon, bro. And we'll be hitting you with the clips from this and everything throughout the week. Okay.
Thank you, thank you. I hope to be back when the Cflace video is gonna drop.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Let us know.
definitely.
Definitely, man. We'll love to share it with the people, bro. Appreciate
Thank
you.
you, family. Big love. I really appreciate. Let's keep in touch. Y'all
We'll
better
do.
know this is IDPizzle, the last artist got mad. You better know me. You
For
get me?
sure. On
Peace
a
and
commercial,
love.
bro. Jimmy. Design. There you go.
Nice.
Because they try to
Welcome. A couple things.
Has
and bag everybody.
Welcome back. That was IDPizzle, man, all the way from Belgium, talking about his new single Souffle. And you make sure to go out and follow him. Check out his music, man. Dude is an outstanding artist. And let's talk more with Mr. Miranda here about Just Give Me Five.
Yes, sir.
So what gave you the idea, man? You're sitting at home and you're like, dude,
just
I what can I
Yeah,
do?
right. Yeah. So, okay. So the original plan was in 2019. I was going to do a documentary on the Arizona hip hop scene.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
That was going to be the original idea, right? And then, because Jimmy, so I haven't even shout out my brother Jimmy Nelson. So he's my filming partner,
Oh yeah,
business
definitely.
partner. He's like my little brother, man. Like he was my engineer of my first that first album that I worked on back in like 2005.
Mm,
Known Jimmy for a very, very long time.
wow,
And then he's a music producer as well. So we did 2 albums together.
wow,
So one of the albums that we did was Let's Get On With the Music in 2009. And that's the one that got us a deal in Tokyo, in
wow.
Tokyo,
Yeah, I
Japan,
remember you said you
with
had an
River
album
City
out there.
Records.
Yeah,
Yeah. So then that's when we toured Japan.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So well, not at that time. It was years later, but that's how, you know what I mean?
right.
And so River City Records picked it up. We had a feature on there with Jazzo. And I had shout out to my brother DJ Mad Rich. People aren't familiar with Jazzo. That's Jay-Z's
Yeah,
mentor. And the way that connection happened was through the Gentleman Speak Green I was talking about earlier.
wow.
He was DJing for Jazzo. And so when we did the mixtape release party
Mhm.
for The Wonderful World of Mr. Miranda, we had it at Bar Smith on a Sunday on the rooftop, and it was
Wow.
sold out. And he brought him out there to be like a special guest.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So we were
Yeah.
chilling. and we just became cool. Ended up doing the record. I had my brother DJ Mad Rich do the cuts. It was a classic record, man. And so, so me and Jimmy go way back, right? So Jimmy started making the transition into film in 2018. And the way Jimmy is, man, like once he like gets a hold of something that he likes, he goes 1,000%. You know what I mean? And so I knew because he was doing little stuff. He was like, because he used to skate, like, you know what I'm saying? So he would be like at the skate park on his board, you know what I mean? And like he would just do little things like that and start editing. But I knew it was just a matter of time, man, before it just started. He just started perfecting it. So he was doing that. And then 2019 comes, and but I was still like in a funk, man. You know what I'm saying? I was still kind of like in that funk. Dropped my last album in 2018, and I just wasn't being creative. I was taking a lot of like solo trips. I was doing that, like I was traveling alone and just which is very healthy for you to do, man. I highly recommend people do that more often, man, because that's just the kind of person I am, man. Like I just have this outgoing personality where I could just meet people anywhere. Like that's just how I get it from my dad, man.
Yeah, man.
So I was doing that, you know what I mean? And it was cool, but I wasn't doing anything creative. You know what I'm saying? So like I was going back to certain places that I hadn't been before from touring, or maybe some places that I had been during touring, but didn't get to like really vacate and see certain
check everything's
things,
out.
you know what I mean? So it was cool, but you know, I just was kind of in this funk, right? So then 2020 hits, right? So now it's the pandemic. Now it's like
everybody locked up in the house.
now you can't be around people, right? Like now it's just like whatever, you know what I mean? So I started gravitating towards Instagram Live. Because if you remember at that time, that's when people were getting on that heavy. And we didn't have, it was never like that prior to COVID.
No, it wasn't.
You know, people would post stuff in their stories, like a video or something.
Right.
But you never had people going on IG Live. But everyone was home.
Yep.
So you'd have like J-Lo interviewing Jennifer Aniston, and they weren't even interviewing; they were just communicating, and they were just
sitting there talking, having
just sitting there talking, and I was like, "Wow, this is real interesting." But then I started seeing like hip hop legends, like Fat Man Scoop would have like Kid from Kid and Play on, and he started telling stories. You know what I'm saying? Kid Capri would be on there talking to Big Daddy Kane, and I was like, this is really dope. You know what I'm saying? And they're just dropping gems. So I was like, that's what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's what we need to do. Like, may not necessarily be a documentary. I was like, but I want to make like a show.
Right.
But I didn't want it to be virtual. And I know everybody was doing that at the time. And, you know, I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta make things work with what you got. But I was like, nah, man, like we need to make something happen.
Right.
But at the time, remember they were saying that like filming out, if you could do things outside.
Right.
Like outside was considered safe. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was like, well, that's what we'll do. We'll film outside. Maybe we'll mask up, and I don't know, like we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Because it was so new to us.
That was the big decision, though.
We were trying to just figure everything out, right? And it happened to be December, so the weather was nice.
Yeah.
You know, if it was July, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know what maybe it could have turned a different way, but you know.
Can we wait till the fall?
Right. Like, let's just keep the idea, but you know what I mean?
Let's just shelf that till later.
Yeah.
Cool
So you know, it was like, all right, well, let's figure this out. So we started making it happen. Came up with a game plan. I told Jimmy, and he was like, I'm with it.
Wow.
He's like, do you want to like do it for real? Because he knows we had talked about the documentary, and I was like, nah, man, like I'm ready. Like we have to do this. I feel I just feel like it's just time. And so he was like, all right, man, let's do it. You know what I mean? Let's figure it out. So I was trying to come up. It was going to be 3 questions at first. Then it was going to be like a top 10. I just was trying to go like figure out like which, I wanted to keep it an odd number.
Right.
So I was like, nah, I don't know, not a top 3. And then I was thinking of names. I was like, maybe we'll do 5. I think 5 will be good. Like, cause that's half a 10. It's not too short. It's not too long. Like we'll do 5 questions. And I was thinking of names, right? I'm like, well, I can't do it. I got 5 on it. That's corny. And I'd probably get sued by the loonies.
Right,
you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. And then it was like, high 5. And I'm like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Then people are going to think it's, you know what I mean, something different. And there was an R&B group named that. You know what I mean?
Sure
I just started thinking of all these things, right? So, classic, right? Right? There you go. There you go. That's one of my favorite groups of all time, actually.
I would just put on that song. I ain't gonna lie. I would just put on that song.
I listen to it at least twice a week. It's just it's a
Wow.
classic. That's
Every
a
time I
classic.
get in the car,
The
with
kissing
my
game.
girlfriend,
Yep.
she-
Yeah.
Man.
Yes,
she hears
sir.
that song.
Yes, sir.
That's because y'all like the cupcake.
Yeah, because you a cupcake king. The cupcake king.
You know, and it's funny, speaking of that record, not to get off subject, but speaking of that record, Jimmy sampled that on a record I had called Moved On.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on the Let's Get It On With the Music. We had
Yeah.
a record called Moved On. He sampled that song. It was a banger.
Man,
It was
that's
a
dope.
banger. So, so I was like, all right, well, maybe we'll do this, that. I was like, okay, now I got to think of names. So I'm searching what's like available. What's this? And I was like, yeah, like it's something got to be fire. So then I was like, all right, well, let me just think about it some more. So I took a trip to the grocery store. I went to Safeway, I remember, and I'm standing in line or whatever in line at the register. Dude in front of me was getting cash back, right? And I'm just like standing behind. I'm just kind of like waiting until it's my turn or whatever. And the girl was like, "How much would you like, sir?" And he was like, "Just give me 5." And she goes, "Okay." And then it was like,
Clicked.
there it is.
Yeah, that's it.
Just give me 5. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like, and it'll be like,
You
just
don't mean to be eavesdropping on nobody else's conversation, but it just happened.
Yeah.
it just happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was so natural. He was just like, she's like, "Sir, how much cash back would you like?" And yeah, just give me 5. He goes like that. And the way he said it too, I was like, that's how we'll do it. So it's not going to
Mhm.
be just give me 5, like a high five. Like,
Right.
just give me 5, man. Like, give me 5 questions. Like,
Right.
just give me 5. You know what I mean? And I was like, yo, okay. Now I think we got something.
Right.
So I told Jimmy, and he was like, I like that, man. I like that. And I go, in the way I work, man, once I get in it, like, I'm like, let's move now.
Let's
You know what I
do
mean?
it. Right.
So I hit up Hexagon. Shout out to my brother Hexagon. And I was
come
like,
up
yo,
with the
can
logo?
you do the logo for us?
Yeah.
I was like, this is the idea. I want it to be
Mhm.
kind of like retro, like maybe like have like a vintage look.
Man.
And he was like, I got you. He sent me a few ideas. And then we ended up picking that one
Perfect.
right there. He knows I'm a Prince fan, so we went with the purple. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just all like meshed
Yeah.
really well. And then he's a producer as well, of course. We did a couple projects together. Shout out, very talented individual right there. That's my brother. He does the music scoring for the show.
Yeah.
So the beats that you hear,
Hexagon
that's
Beats,
Hexagon.
right?
Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
I heard of them.
And yeah, man. So like we just started working on that. And then I was like, all right, it's time to figure out where we're going to shoot our first location.
Mhm.
So then we did a promo video and we shot it at Heritage Square Park in the middle of the street. And then
Oh,
we shot like little clips. Jimmy did little clips of like, but it was just me talking about like hyping it up, but not saying what it was going to be. But it's like just letting people know that something is coming.
mhm.
And it like almost went viral, like on Facebook.
Wow.
People, and a lot of it was that people were just happy to see me being creative again.
Yeah.
They were like, I don't know what Miranda's doing,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he's doing something again. You know what I
Right.
mean? And it's just, I mean, it just was like over 1,000 comments. I mean, it was like
Man.
going viral, right?
Yeah, man.
And people were just like, yo, like, I'm in. I don't know what it is. I'm in. You know what I mean? Like, people were just like, let's go, let's go, let's go,
Right.
So I was like, all right. So then I told Jimmy, I was like, yo, I think we just tested the waters. I think this is gonna be a good
Yeah.
look, man. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, man.
so then we dropped it. And first guest that we had was my brother Megaran. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just felt like, Ra's always been like kind of like an older brother to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, we've been to all my overseas tours have been with him.
Right.
We've done South by Southwest like numerous times together. You know what I'm saying? Like we've been all around the world together, man.
Man.
And so I was like, who better than to have him bless it for
Yeah.
the first time?
And he's lived such an interesting life.
Oh,
Coming
yeah.
from being a teacher
Absolutely.
to becoming a successful MC.
And I wanted it because he's, of course, like myself, I mean, from being in the music business, like we've done thousands of interviews,
Mhm.
like where we've been interviewed, right?
Right.
So I was like, I don't want to hit him with like the typical questions. So I was asking him real like just different off the wall type stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it went really, really well. And I remember afterwards we're talking. And it's just crazy when you sit back and think about it. Like we're all masked up, and you know what I mean. It's just the time we were in, right?
Yeah, man.
Like I go back and watch it sometimes, and I'm like, God, just to see the growth,
Right.
And it's just like, wow, And I remember him telling me afterwards, off camera, we finished. Jimmy's like loading up everything, and he's like, I think this is gonna take off, bro.
Yeah.
Because I like the way you're doing this.
Man.
I have
It's
a good
so
feeling.
clean.
And then we just started getting. I just started getting a lot of the people that showed me love.
Mm-hmm.
Had Matlocks on the show. Of course, I had
Yeah.
to get Squeak Boogie on. And so
Right.
back in the day, they had Friday Night Flavors.
Oh, really? I
Well,
didn't know that.
so I mean, it stems back further than them. You know what I mean? You had Double A Ron, who had started back in the day, Karina, Chino, you know what I'm saying? And I've had them on the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they're the ones who have started. So Bruce St. James, who's the main, he was the main, um, uh, like project manager, like station manager
Right.
for the Power 92 back in the day. I mean, he hired everybody, man. Melissa, the Midnight Mamacita. You had
Man.
the Nuts, Joey Boy and
Yeah.
Jay Filler. Like he hired all these people, man.
Man.
Ruben S. and
Yeah,
Crazy
and those are the
Kid.
personalities that I came here. That
Oh,
that was
yeah,
on the
man,
radio when
like
I got here.
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
So Bruce St. James hired all these people,
Wow.
and it was like, yeah, man, like him having that. Um, so he hired all them, had everybody giving them that platform. So and he came from LA,
Mm,
and they were doing a Friday Night Flavors with the Baker Boys, out in Bakersfield. So
yeah.
he brought that to Arizona. He goes, we need to try that here. So then you had like my man Little Sean, like all these people,
Right.
Ramses Ja, like everybody
Yeah.
that was involved back in the day.
Mhm.
But when I came onto the scene, when I was on the show in 2006,
Yeah.
as a guest. Um, it was Matlocks, Squeak, Ramses was there. That's when I like met Ramses. Actually I met Ramses in '05, but I was on the show in '06. And so they were the ones who were there who gave me a shot, played my first song on the radio. So it was
Wow.
a song we had called Someday. Shout out to my man Traumatic. That was on the first album I did. It was called Melodic.
Mm.
And we sampled Donny Hathaway. It's Someday we'll all be
Oh
free.
yeah, beautiful
So
song.
it's like, take it from me
Yeah.
someday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we had that on there. And speaking of St. Louis, so I ended up going to St. Louis because I'm a huge Donny Hathaway fan.
Man,
And I visited his
that's that dude.
gravesite.
Oh yeah.
Visited his gravesite, man.
Mhm.
Because he was born in St. Louis.
Wow.
He grew up in Chicago.
I didn't know that.
He was born in St.
I
Louis.
thought he was from Chicago.
So he's buried in St. Louis.
Oh, okay.
So I went to his tombstone out there,
Right.
man. And what I did is I printed up the album cover and I signed it and I left it on there.
That's dope.
It was cool, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a nerd like that. You know what I mean?
Hey, dude, you are I'm gonna say that you're a music nerd. 'Cause
Yeah,
your
man.
knowledge of the history of music is, man, it's unmeasurable. And I've
Yeah.
never met too many people that have the knowledge like you do, man. And dog, your love for it is amazing. And I know you're a
Gonna
big
really get
Prince
to test that
fan.
knowledge in a little bit here.
Yeah, man.
He's a huge Prince fan too, man.
Oh yeah, I got
man.
I got the tattoo.
Yeah,
you know
bro.
what I'm saying?
That's what I like about you, man. Is that passion that you have for it.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? And you could tell that you're not faking about it either. You know what I mean? And
Oh no,
I feel like
no,
some
not at all.
people are not genuine, and you could tell you're 100% genuine about everything that you're doing and saying. That's why your show is doing well. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And we've
yeah.
seen that you had billboards across the city.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've
yeah.
seen your donut. We've seen
Shout out to my man Daniel at the local donut.
That
you
was
know
dope,
what I'm saying?
man.
He did the collaboration, man.
and we've also seen that you had a mural for the show.
Yeah, man.
So the city is really connecting with what you're doing, man, and that's always exciting. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
that's all we want.
Yeah.
It's for the people to gravitate to what you're doing and give you a thumbs up on what you're doing, and we want to give you
Absolutely.
that, bro, because it's a beautiful show. And you guys are really talented, man. I like the way you guys, just like I said, the whole look at everything is just really,
Yeah.
really professional. And you guys it's gonna be one of the better shows. Like I said, I think you're gonna figure it out. And I think this is gonna be the future of this. There's no telling. I don't want to say, but I think
Yeah.
for real, I think you guys are really got the sky to go to. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it, man.
It's a really good show. And you're just such a humble guy. And the way you just ask the questions, and they're very, very, very good questions. You could tell you've done your homework.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You tell that you've done a little studying on these people. What's your scheduling like for recording? You guys you do it once a week, or because I always wondered
Well,
that. It's kind of
Yeah, gosh, we just hit our 130th episode.
wow.
130
So
episodes.
3 years
episode.
you guys been going?
In December, it'll be December 12th to be exact.
Mhm.
It will be 3 years. So yeah, so we when we first were starting out, I asked Jimmy, I was like, should we do like a bi-weekly?
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, the way everyone's attention span is these days, man, it's like out of sight, out of mind. So it's like,
Real.
if you're not doing something constantly in their face and and just constantly staying in that light,
Mm-hmm.
like I didn't want it to get to the point. And basically, I just never wanted to get to the point where somebody had to ask me, "Yo, man, you still doing that show?"
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
Right,
you
right.
just don't want it to be
Yeah.
that. It should be an automatic no brainer.
Right.
So we started doing every week, but now we feel like we've built enough to it to where for quality control purposes as
Mm-hmm.
well, like we're just kind of like filming like maybe like once every 3 weeks now,
Oh, okay.
because we have so much content now.
Yeah.
And what I'm trying to do, and the main reason also is why I say quality control,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to do what I can to get us a bigger guest. Like, no, don't get me wrong, we've had some incredible people on the
That's the
show.
mission, though.
But it's just I'm trying to it's all about elevation. You
Definitely.
know what I mean?
Right.
It's all about growth.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm trying
Right.
to really work on now. And I got to shout out my brother Little Sean. He's an Arizona legend. He's actually the one who was responsible for starting Shade 45.
Oh, okay.
You know what I
Damn.
mean? And he's from here. He grew up. He
Wow.
went to Westwood High School.
Didn't
He
know
was on
that.
Power 92 back in the day.
Wow.
Ran with Expos magazine. Was a writer for them. Guy's been around everyone.
Damn.
Right. He's been helping me get. He got his Easy LP. So
Mm.
Easy LP is for people who aren't familiar. He's the producer for Get Money for Biggie. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Definitely.
Special Delivery.
Classic track.
Yeah, Uchi Wally for Nas. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
this another one.
So he had him. So we had him on the show.
Wow.
So then that was through Sean. So Sean's helping me on the low right now. Working
Yeah.
on getting some.
But
big-
you can't do it all alone, man.
No, yeah,
You have to have some people that have your back, man, to
Definitely.
help you, and
Absolutely.
especially in this business. I mean, it's all about who you know.
It is,
and,
man.
and it's definitely about who have you treated nice and
What
respectable.
connections have
And
you
that's
made?
real, man.
Right.
If you was a
right.
dickhead, they're not gonna come back and mess with you. That's a
That's
promise.
so true, man.
It's real,
That's
man.
so true. You know what I mean? Because you think about it with yourself in general, right?
Mhm.
Like, would you want to support somebody if they told you to F off back in
No,
the day or
man.
something? You know what I mean? Yeah.
No,
man.
it's.
You
I mean,
know?
that's why it's be respectful at all times, man.
Right.
Because
Right.
you never know. You never know.
You never know, man.
Never
Treat
know.
the janitor like you treat the
That's
CEO.
that's
You know what
real,
I mean?
man.
That's for real.
I
Yep.
try my best to. So we're gonna take a quick break, bro, and we're
Okay.
gonna come back and we're gonna do some quick news and then the game and get up out of here.
Sweet.
Just because they try to
Welcome. A couple things.
Has
come back, everybody.
Everybody loved them. All right, man. Run the news.
Now, this week's Habari News Weekly with Damon Dipling Ellison. Sponsored by.
We are sponsored by. Let's go with what is it called?
Get Amp Live.
There we go. Drugs are bad. Get Amp Live. They do media and videos. Anytime you want to do concerts, they do streaming. Contact us and we will get them out for you for any of your videos, events. We also do weddings and photography. So contact us and Get Amp Live will help to make your next event more memorable. So first off, man, we're going to get into Maui. Their emergency services chief, he resigns after facing criticism for not activating the sirens during the fire. He's still fighting for it, saying that he shouldn't have activated the sirens because the sirens were for tsunamis, not for fires. The
But it's a
people,
natural disaster.
Oh man.
I know, man. They should have did a better job, man. I mean, we got 1,000 people still missing, 100 people confirmed dead, so you know those numbers are going to keep climbing.
Yep.
It's a disaster, man, and he has to take. He quit. He resigned. That's the first thing you have to do. But he also had to take responsibility for not using the system that was in place, or making sure that the system that was in place could help the people when it's needed. So this is going to be a valuable lesson for them, man. Hopefully they get something in place fast that's going to help these people, because this could happen again. You know what I'm saying? It was the hurricane on top of the fire, the hurricane winds with the fire that made this such a disaster so fast. He was the head of the Maya Emergency Management Agency, and he resigned abruptly Thursday, a day after saying he had no regret about not using the sirens to warn residents of wildfires that devastated the historic seaside community of Lahaina. I believe I'm saying
Lahaina.
Lahaina.
Yeah.
And killed 111 people so far. The decision from the agency directed by Administration Hermit and Daya, coupled with water shortages that hampered firefighters and an escape route that became clogged with vehicles. Man, dude.
I mean, there's people out there that truly believe that this was actually an inside job, though.
Man.
You know, and the reason being is because last year in 2022, they were trying. There was these investors that were trying to make. They wanted to make Maui the first official smart island. And so, meaning that they wanted to make everything AI.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and the residents, the people that live there, they all voted against it. They were like, no, we're not, you know, you're not doing that to our island.
Right.
So then a year later, you know,
Here we
something
go.
happens, and it's like, now it's like things are, you know, burned to a crisp, and now you have to build over.
Rebuild.
You see what I'm
You
saying?
have to.
So it's just really unfortunate, man.
Yeah, it's sad, man. I hope that no one would ever do anything like that, man. But that is insane.
Pray, man. You know what I mean? Because I got people that are from there, and this is what they're telling me,
man.
You know what I mean?
And to see the before and after pictures is so sad.
It's
It
horrible,
was
man.
so beautiful.
It's horrible, you know.
It's a beautiful, beautiful place, man.
Absolutely, man.
So we pray for the people out there, man. Hopefully, Biden is supposed to be there Monday. His FEMA has not done a great job so far to get these people help. Hopefully, the effort is picked up and they get something going, because they have been dropping the ball so far for these people out here, man.
Right.
That's all that matters, is getting them into a place where they feel comfortable. They've lost their home, they lost everything, and some's lost loved ones and whole families. So, we got Hurricane Hillary. I've been thinking about the memes about that all day. I know people just got Hillary.
Hey, what are they saying?
You know the memes are going wild.
They going in.
Hurricane Hillary.
So this is the first ever tropical storm watch issued in Southern California, man. The first time ever. So Hillary is now a powerful Category 4. It has been downgraded since yesterday, so I'm guessing it's going to be downgraded again today. But it is expected to make landfall on Mexico's Baja California on Sunday, and then weaken to a tropical storm before crossing into California Sunday night. We should see some effects from this, because it's going right over us.
Yep,
Like,
that's what I was just about to say.
Was it the first time though? Because I thought the last one was like in '93.
I think
it was 89.
Was it 89?
That's what they said, but this one here says it's the first time. So I'm not understanding if they meant since we put this system in, it's the first time.
It could be.
Yeah, that's probably what they're saying. Since the first time since they implemented this system of tracking,
right?
That we have one that's coming through, because it's happened before.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not normal, of course. But,
no, definitely not. But they are putting in sandbags, and they're trying to put in effort to trying to help the beach front homes on the beachfront properties on Seaside in California, San Diego, Palm Springs, Riverside, and in Los Angeles. So hopefully they don't get hit too hard. They're bracing for heavy rain and flash floodings and mudslides. We know what happened to them last time that they got hit with that. It was pretty bad. So hopefully it's not that bad for them on that front. Next we want to talk about Arkansas. This man, this is sad news, man. And so Huckabee Sanders, whatever, man, the mayor Sarah Huckabee Sanders. She looks exactly like her name too, bro. I'm gonna tell you like that.
Wasn't she?
Not Sarah Huckabee. Yeah,
Yeah,
Huckabee.
wasn't she the press lady?
Yeah.
Communications leader for the
for Trump.
Press,
Yeah,
for Trump.
Now she's the governor in Arkansas.
And she done got married, and her last name.
No,
is
I think she was
Huckabee.
always Huckabee Sanders because I think her original name is Huckabee.
It was originally just Huckabee. That's how they used to call her by.
She's the governor.
She's the governor in Arkansas
man.
now. So that what she tried to do now is she tried to suspend AP courses on Black history before the classes began yesterday. She tried to put in a call to stop the schools Thursday and the other administrations from teaching the AP classes to all the kids and taking the AP course out of Arkansas, period. She said that we cannot perpetuate a lie to our students and push propaganda, leftist agenda teaching our kids to hate America and to hate one another. This is the fight that DeSantis started in Florida, where they want to stop white guilt because it's hurting their guilt that they have to talk about the slavery and the things that happen, and they feel guilty and they feel bad, so they don't want to talk about it. These people are insane, man.
Wow.
It's like, oh, okay, we'll just stop them.
They're insane.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
I mean,
we stop doing dumb shit. We wouldn't have to talk about you in history.
Oh, it's so insane.
Sorry you feel that way.
They want to ban it. So luckily, the administration of the school district said fuck you, and good for him. Yeah. So until you put in a law to take this out, Arkansas is 30% Black.
Yeah, man, that's the South.
And you gonna take out,
you know what I'm saying? And you're just gonna remove AP African American Studies and just remove it.
Wow.
I mean, it's insane. Florida has already done it. They're still fighting to try to get it back in. Florida is also putting in a lot of things like saying they got Frederick Douglass saying slavery taught slaves a lot for the future. They have that the things that they're putting in these books is outrageous. So this is the reason why we have to fight. We have to vote. We have to make sure that our voices are heard, because this guy here, what's his name? Tom Horn. He's also trying to implement that here in Arizona. So we have to make sure we vote, man. We lost when Tom Horn got in. I wish he wouldn't have gotten in there, because we already know his decisions is to take away African American history and try to sugarcoat slavery and try to make it seem like it wasn't a big deal, and that it didn't hurt our race like it has this last 200 years.
Absolutely. And just the hypocrisy of Sarah Huckabee to say that like we don't want our history like lying to our students.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like,
but you're gonna take some stuff out.
Right.
It's insane.
The entire American history that
an omission of the truth is still a lie.
Yeah,
it's insane, man. So I mean, this is the whole movement that they're on, that the conservatives are on right now. And I want everybody to wake up, man, and go out and get these people out. I wish the people in Arkansas had a better chance of winning. I know the district and the gerrymandering down there keeps you guys from being able to have the power that you're supposed to have, because they're supposed to have at least 2-3 districts that they're running down there, because it's 30% Black. But I believe they only have one district, if that, because of gerrymandering and the way they're writing districts and cheating.
Yeah.
So, man, it's tough, man.
It's interesting because, you know, I could understand. I could totally see DeSantis doing that in Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
Florida, right? But Arkansas, man, that's the South, man. That's predominant Black.
Right.
I mean, like, you know, so that's just wild.
It's wild, man.
That's wild. Man.
It's wild. So moving on, we got Republican candidates that are preparing for their first debate with or without Trump. Trump has received another indictment. I think it's the fourth one. The in Atlanta, the DA is looking to get this man arrested, and he's going to have to turn himself in. He's going to have to be fingerprinted again, and this is what happens, bro. And I also want to talk about this, man. This dude, I think his name was Dershowitz, came on this week saying that Gore did the same thing and put in the same processes as Trump. And I just wanted to say this to him. That's a lie.
Right.
I've never heard Gore in 2000 say that he was cheated. I never heard Gore say one time that it was not correct, that he won. That man was, he told people Bush won.
Right.
That man was straight up, and he never, ever, ever went onto a microphone and said he was cheated.
We've never seen that in history.
Never.
We've never seen, like, we've never seen that.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
And we all know he was cheated. His brother was in Florida down there making votes missing. Nothing like that happened in this thing. Hanging chads and all the craziness that happened in 2000. We remember it. Who people that's old enough to remember all the mess that happened back then.
Yep.
Right.
They're just making up stuff now, trying to say they was cheated.
Absolutely.
Nothing happened to you.
I mean, look at McCain, right? You know what I'm saying? Like losing to Obama.
Right.
Like, you think there wasn't some pushback at that time?
Right.
But he still was like, hey, man, like he held his hand high.
Man.
It was like, man he got the better day. Like, and we're going to support that.
And those are the things that keep the democracy afloat.
Yeah,
without people like McCain, who I respect him to the day I die because the way he rolled for Obama. When those people were trying to talk, oh, he's a Muslim. Oh, he's Taliban.
He checked that woman at
checked
that
her fast.
Right?
He checked her
Man,
fast.
give me this goddamn microphone back, lady. You know what the hell you're talking about.
We're not gonna
And that was a live
man.
event.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And that's the stuff that's lost after people like him pass away. Now we got racists like DeSantis and Trump, and they're not caring about the things that's being said. Well, Trump was the leader of the birth certificate thing.
Yep.
So, and that's the reason why he's even president, because of that.
The birther movement.
The birther movement.
Yeah.
You know, he rode that to presidency. It's ridiculous, man. So another thing we got a IRS agent accidentally shot and killed by fellow agent during a training at a Phoenix gun range, man.
Wow.
Yeah, man, it's the wild stuff, man. Special agent with the Turner IRS is dead after being accidentally shot by another IRS. I didn't know IRS had guns.
Me either.
I didn't know they had training to shoot. I just owe some money, bro. What y'all coming to shoot me for?
Right.
Yeah.
Hold on.
They like, you gonna pay one way or another.
Yeah, I'm sleep on that, man. Right.
Man.
IRS. Right. I didn't know that,
said
dude.
They're coming to give you an audit.
Did you know that though?
Yeah.
No.
Dude, I didn't know they were trained with guns.
It's gonna be the last audit you receive.
Right.
The very last audit.
Hope you had breakfast.
I didn't know that, man. So yeah, they were doing their regular training, and he got killed at a gun range.
Right. Yeah.
How much that breakfast cost you, G?
Right. Yeah.
That can't go to us though.
Yeah.
And the crazy
You had
part
cheese
is,
on those eggs?
dude was he was a master sergeant for the National Guard
Wow.
for Arizona, and he served with the 161st Air Refueling Wing Security Forces Squadron. Dang, man. So dude had 20 years of experience. Experienced dude with guns. Man, dude, that's why I don't play. I don't fuck with guns, man. You already know how I feel. It doesn't matter how much training you have, man. It
really doesn't.
It just don't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those guns don't play, man. If somebody make a mistake, you're gone.
You're gone, man.
And it's a tough situation, man. I hate to say it.
Right.
Hearts goes out to Master Sergeant Brower's family, friends, and all those who had the privilege to work with him. His service to the state and the nation will forever be remembered. That was from Major General Carrie L. Marlinback of Arizona National Guard. Sad story, man. That's tough, man. But I definitely never knew that the IRS had a criminal investigation group that had guns.
Me either.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's totally new.
Yeah, that's definitely new. What you got in the hot news this week?
Yeah, this week, there's something in America that we all just tend to gloss over.
Yes.
And that's obesity in America.
Unfortunately, yes. It's not something we like to talk about.
It's really not. But recently a study by a nonprofit, KFF, which is a nonprofit health policy research organization.
Mm-hmm.
They found that Americans were paying more than other nations
For healthcare.
for common weight loss drugs, such as Rilibus and Ozempic. According to KFF, the average 1 month supply for Ozempic costs Americans $936.
But you know why this is, though? We can't negotiate our prices for drugs. Other countries around the world, they have the opportunity to negotiate the prices. The government
That's not the only
negotiates
reason.
it. That's a big part. If you can't negotiate prices down, the pharmacies, they can charge you whatever the hell they want to.
Not necessarily. The same supply for 30 days for your 1 month costs $169 in Japan.
Right.
But that cost, that $169, they say that is expensive by global standards.
Okay.
That same supply in Sweden costs $96.
Government healthcare.
It's $87 in France.
Government healthcare.
And $83 in Australia.
Right.
They're saying that one of the things that's affecting U.S. prices is that the U.S. is considered the most obese nation in the world.
Hey, man, we the most everything. You already know that, man. We're
number
one. We're number one, bro.
We're extra with everything.
Right. We're number one.
You know what I mean?
Straight up.
It's so true, man.
It really
For
is.
real,
They're saying that according to data from the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, about 40% of U.S. adults are obese.
Yeah, like we're the only country who does body shaming and all this stuff.
Right.
And it's like, at the end of it, man, it's like I think it's tough, man, but it's one of those things where you got to have people that are just honest with people, man, and it's not to make fun of them. It's not
to keep you healthy.
Like, okay, so we'll just take Lizzo, right? For example, right?
Exactly.
That it's easy. She just makes it easy, right?
Right.
But with her, it's like, be comfortable in your own skin, love yourself.
Right.
Yeah, that's all fun and games until you're losing a toe for being type 2 diabetic. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Definitely.
it's all fun and games until
you got to lose a leg.
Until, and you know what I'm saying? Until you're having heart disease and
That's
things
real.
like that. It's all fun and games. It's all love yourself till then, right?
Right.
And unfortunately, man, deep down, like with her, for example, she doesn't love herself. She doesn't love the way, she puts on a front to where she'll state that.
Right.
To where it's like, so people are like, oh, okay, yeah, she's really about that. But then all of a sudden, a week or 3 days later, she's crying about, how people are perceiving her on social media. So it's like, just be real with yourself, man. And it's not, they're not attacking you. It's
they're trying to help you better yourself.
Trying to, if they love you, if they care about you, they want to see, because she's very talented.
Very talented.
Very talented. You know what I mean? And it's like, if they love you and they want to see you succeed, they want to see you strive, they want to see you stay alive, man.
Exactly.
Like, you have to be healthy in order to do that. And it's like, nowadays, it's like,
it's tough.
If you say that to somebody, you're fat shaming or body shaming, and we're gonna cancel you now for doing that because you're not agreeing with our
image standards.
Like, yeah, man. Like, I mean, it's just it's wild, man.
And that's crazy because Sweden only has a 15% obesity rate. And Japan only has a 5% obesity.
Yeah, Japan,
rate.
they don't.
They don't play around at all, man.
It's what you're putting into your body. Your body is a temple.
And just like that, and speaking of Japan, it's so funny, right? I was watching this UFC podcast. Chael Sonnen, he's a ex UFC MMA UFC fighter.
Right.
He's got a really good podcast because he's such a smart ass and he just tells it like it is. But he goes, it's ridiculous, man. When people sit there, he goes and tell you that 1 cup of rice is equivalent to a bowl of sugar. He goes, tell that to people who live in cultures where rice is an everyday part of their meal.
It's eaten with every single meal.
It's every single meal, and they're absolutely fine.
Man.
You know what I mean? He goes, just cut it out. You know what I mean? It's like, that's not true. And it's like Japan, that's all they're eating, man. It's just, natural vegetables, a lot of fish, shrimp, they're eating a lot of seafood,
lean meat.
Lean meat.
And that's another thing they don't do
walk.
too.
It's
they
movement.
don't. Oh yeah, a lot of movement.
They walk everywhere,
and they don't eat big portions of meat like we do. The meat is always mixed into something. It's not a whole lot.
Yeah, they're
of
not
meat.
doing a 12-ounce
right,
steak.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
They're not eating a big 12-ounce steak. They're not eating 55 chicken wings. You know what I mean? Like it's a different way of eating that we're doing. That's the reason why we have all these issues.
Yeah, but according to the KFF, they did say that
Mm-hmm.
with the high rates of obesity,
right,
and the potential market demand
Mm-hmm.
for these weight loss drugs, that's resulting in a significantly higher impact on total health spending in the U.S. than in other peer nations.
Man.
Meaning that Americans
right,
per person
yeah,
is spending more for health
I mean, that's all.
than the next person in
That's
another
how it
country.
is. That's how it is across the board, across every disease. It doesn't matter what, because we don't want to realize that we need a government option.
Yep.
We just don't want. We don't want to go with it.
But
Everybody,
here's
we
the
have
thing,
to
though.
have a government option.
Here's the
It
thing,
has
though.
to be there.
With these weight loss drugs,
Mm-hmm.
you might be able to get it from your health,
Man,
from your insurance,
right.
because most insurances do not cover weight loss.
But why do we need drugs to do everything?
Right.
Just stop eating so much.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. But, with insurance is not covering them,
Right.
and you having to pay this $900 and something
I understand.
dollars out
Yeah.
of pocket, that does kind of
It's the reason why we got homeless people all over the place.
But you have to keep in mind also that it's all a marketing tactic. So
Right.
it's why every
That's why they put them on commercials.
Every
Mhm.
commercial, think about it. Every commercial that you see is either a fast food,
Yep.
KFC, something unhealthy,
Followed
right?
by a weight loss drug.
or followed by a medicinal,
Right.
commercial, something on
A patch.
it's just something on heart disease or
Mhm.
diabetes. It's all this, so then people see this stuff. Like I was telling my buddy, the other day, we were just talking about this the other day. I was like, yo, if they posted more commercials about fitness and actual health as
Mhm.
opposed to just medicine,
Right.
this world would be in such a much better place.
And
Oh, yeah.
another thing, though, dude, across the world, it's illegal to have those commercials running.
We're the only
Yeah.
country that runs
We're the
those
only
commercials.
one that run that.
Yeah,
bullshit,
my
dude.
uncle was like, it was funny. We were in California a few weeks ago, and he was like, yeah, like I hardly even watch TV anymore based on the commercials.
Yeah.
He goes like I can only see like so. It's like, gosh,
Man.
like I get it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, like Rivoli or whatever these other
Right.
things are.
Yeah.
Like I get it, man. Like enough. You
And
know what I mean?
people are going to their doctors
Thinking they need that shit.
asking for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, because the commercial didn't fool them into thinking they got the shit.
Exactly.
yeah.
But not even that. The people that are like, okay, well, this drug treats type 2 diabetes, but
Mhm.
in the commercial it says it's also been known to help you lose weight. So I'm gonna go to my doctor and ask him for this drug to help me lose weight.
Right.
And then the
But
insurance
it may not
company
be
comes back
good
and
for you.
says, insurance company gonna come back and say, nope, denied. We can't give you that medication because you're using it for off-label usage, meaning
Right.
that you're not diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. You just fat. You can't get this medication.
Right.
Exactly. And then and then not only that, but when you watch these commercials and you look at the very end, they tell you all these side effects.
Man.
Yep.
It's like this stuff can make you
Cancer,
blind. This stuff can
diarrhea,
do that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm
blindness.
saying? Like, and you sitting here like, you gonna take this? Like, you know what I
Man.
mean? Like,
I'm so
They
good.
try to say it fast. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Man.
it's real quick at the very end. You know what I
Right.
mean?
And the
They try to say
small-
fast.
Severe
They're like,
ulcers.
there's a slight chance you can diarrhea, cancer,
Yeah.
grow in another eye.
Man,
have
Right,
why is
right,
diarrhea
right.
always part of it? Like, can we just not have one?
Diarrhea, vomit,
bro?
nausea.
Yeah, man. It's like, you sit there and it's like, wow, but take this.
Right.
And
It's
then,
gonna
and,
help you
and then
lose
and then the
weight.
commercial, the actors that they have, and they look like they're so happy.
Right. It's having
What-
such a
what-
good
hey,
time.
What
They're
kind
like-
of
That's their
this
life.
Like, this is the truth. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
It's
what's the next one
wild.
you got?
We going into the hot mess, comic books, whatever you want to do. But
Hot
that
mess.
was a
Get ready for the week's Hollywood Hot Mess with Iesha Rowan. Sponsored by
No one, but today we got some messes.
we do got some mess, and Keke Palmer is the hottest mess of all.
They said that we didn't kicked it to her to single motherhood. Yeah, everybody didn't pumped her up to be a single mother.
Well,
Wow.
That's what she was doing when she was out there grinding on Usher and that little
Right, but
see-through
it's like I said,
dress.
like everybody was just like, go do your thing, girl, do it,
Right.
and dude, like, all
And
right, I'm
that's the
out and I'm
thing.
taking the kids.
Yep. It's exactly what happened. But Keke Palmer this week has been she released a new video. Her and Usher together, they did release a new video titled Boyfriend. And in this video, Keke has been seen dissing her
ex-husband.
alleged ex-boyfriend, Darius Jackson.
Oh, they wasn't married. They was just together.
They
just
wasn't
got a kid
married. They
together.
was just boyfriend, girlfriend.
Okay.
When she did the incident in Vegas with her girlfriend,
yeah.
the baby was only 5 months old.
Dang,
The baby is now 6 months old, and she's dropping a diss record with Usher
on the baby daddy.
On the baby daddy.
With Usher, you know what I mean?
It's so messed up.
With Usher.
It's like You Got It Bad Part 2.
Now that's a hot mess.
He got Confessions Part 3 and 4.
Right.
Man.
You remember all these joints, man.
Dude is messy. Usher's messy, man.
He is.
What
But her baby daddy came out and said that, he's a man. He's got morals. He's got a kid now. He's got a family.
And he's trying to he wants the house, the kid, everything, right?
He want the house. He want the kid.
Yeah, he acting like the women who get cheated on right now. That's what.
But he basically
he's playing
told
that
her,
card right now.
Good for him.
You a mom.
Good for him.
You a mom. He basically was like, look, I don't want the mother of my children out there showing her booty.
And being a hot girl,
Being
right?
a
You
hot
got kids.
girl.
You got kids.
5 months old.
You just had a baby.
5 months old. You couldn't even at least wait till the first birthday.
Right. Damn.
You couldn't even wait till the 18 months.
And people and women and a lot of women was like, she looking good. Do your thing, girl.
See,
She's
that's what I'm
looking
saying.
good. It don't matter.
And they ain't nothing but a bunch of single, bitter mamas, baby mamas, they self.
See what I'm saying? So, and then if you go against them, they're attacking. They were attacking NDRE. You see that? You know what I mean? Because of the whole Essence Festival.
Yep.
The Essence Festival has been around over 50 years. It's been known, obviously, just for grown folk. It's respectful. You know what I mean? You got people's grandparents and aunt and uncles out there. Like some kids are out there, babies, and it's like
it's a family event.
And Janelle Monáe, and I get it. It's like she's ever since she came out, like she's just like I'm going ham now, right?
Right.
And so she came out there and she had
Nothing
them
on.
had them all had like 20 girls twerking.
Oh my goodness.
This is the Essence Festival,
Right.
man. Like, you know what I mean? There's old men out there, there's your grandparents, like there was little children, and so NDRE spoke her mind about that, and she was like, when did the Essence Festival turn into ratchetness? Like, you know what I mean? She goes, like, there's a time and place for everything.
Right.
Not the Essence Festival. And then everyone in the comments, all the Janelle Monáe, stands, like, you just old and bitter, da da da. You just mad because you don't look like her. Oh man. So now they're immediately gonna just degrade you, you know what I mean? And it was like that wasn't even the whole purpose, man. But it's like that's
that's
the era we're in now, where it's like if you don't agree with people's idiocracy or whatever, right? You know what I mean? Like whatever, right? Like you're the enemy now.
Then they attacking
canceled.
you.
You're
They
canceled.
cancel you.
It's ridiculous,
That's
man.
what
It is. It is. But also this week, Michael Jackson's sexual molestation accusers will now have their day in court.
There we go. Talk about it. I was very, very adamant about this situation, man, when it dropped, man, because
we'll see.
Yeah.
California court has just cleared the way for their lawsuits to move ahead. And yesterday, on Friday, a ruling from the California Court of Appeals revived 2 lawsuits against the King of Pop's production company, one from James Shafchuk and the other from Wade Robinson, who both accused Michael of molesting them for many years when they were children.
Damn. So what y'all
These are
think,
the 2
man?
kids that was in
Free
the
Mike 2024.
What you think?
was in the
What you think?
documentary.
Did you think Mike did these things?
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Hell no.
Not at all. Even Corey Feldman spoke out against this. And Corey Feldman is someone who's been very open about the molestation that had taken
Going on
place
in Hollywood. Yeah, he
with
definitely been
Hollywood.
very
He
open
was
about
one
it.
of them. Corey Haim was one of them. And he was like, trust me, man. He goes, I've been around these kind of guys. I know them when I see them. Michael did not do any of this.
And he used to kick it with Mike
Yeah.
too.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. You know what I mean?
And both of these little kids used to kick it. Both of these guys used to
Yeah,
kick
you know
it.
what I mean? Because I remember Stephanie Mills. She did an interview on Vlad actually, and they were talking with her, and she was saying that because she used to date Michael Jackson.
Oh, really?
You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? Like back when they were younger, they did The Wiz together. That's how they met.
Yeah, yeah.
And so she just supports Michael to this day. And she said, the guy interviewing, it wasn't Vlad. It was Sean Prez. He does some of the interviews sometimes now with him. And so he was saying, he goes, do you believe, so Michael really, he just like legitimately had like love, like for kids, huh?
Right.
Yeah, he did.
She goes, absolutely. And he goes, why do you think that was? She goes, because they were innocent and they didn't want anything from him.
That's real.
She goes, that's the main reason.
And their love is
His
unconditional.
family,
Everybody always had their hand out.
everybody, I need a car.
Something.
I need pay this.
Could you imagine
They
being
were
him?
innocent and they did not want anything from him but undivided attention, just time.
That's real, man.
And she was like, and obviously he never had a childhood. He was trying to relive what he had, but he just genuinely loved them. And it was in the whole, like, what was it, Surviving Netherland? Like, it was debunked. That's the reason. There's a reason.
Oh, it's called Leaving Neverland.
Leaving Netherland. There you go.
Yeah, and that's the two dudes. That's the two.
Oh,
dudes
it's them dudes.
It's
Oh,
them
okay.
Wade
two dudes
Robinson.
who got
He was the
they,
main. He was the main guy. He was one of the dancers.
And here's the crazy part I would say.
Mhm.
And I'm not gonna say like because Dave Chappelle said it, but he was like, if Michael Jackson did it, why wouldn't he do it to what's his name, Macaulay Culkin? I mean, you know what I mean?
And Macaulay came and was like, no, that was absolutely false. He never
And
did
the
anything.
other dude who you said what's his name, Corey Feldman?
Corey Feldman, yeah.
He's always to be with Emmanuel too.
Yep.
Emmanuel Lewis,
Yeah.
man.
And he
Yeah,
said,
Webster.
he was like Michael Jackson, like Michael smoked weed too.
Yeah, no, he was the real
like-
dude, man.
Yeah.
And
Normal
like-
person.
It was like, yeah, me and Mike smoked together.
yeah, no, he was just a real dude, and it's just it's one of those things. Yeah, so like there was a reason that HBO took that off because it got debunked, man. You know what I mean? So it's just all like payout stuff, man. You know,
It's
like there's
sad.
people in this world that have been accused of stuff and that I thoroughly believe did
Right,
what they were
right,
accused
definitely.
of.
Right.
I never ever believed
R.
that was-
Kelly. Right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
R. Kelly, we all knew.
Yeah,
did.
that's
Yeah,
just-
we knew about the peeing on
Yeah,
little girls and
yeah,
15-year-old girls in the 90s.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
like,
So,
he showed us.
right.
There's
You know what I'm saying?
literally-
There's legitimate proof.
Man, I mean, the video was out in the 90s.
Right.
So for everybody to be so surprised he going to jail in the 2000s, I'm like, what took him so long? It's really
Right,
and truly. But
right.
other people want to act surprised. Whatever. We've been talking about R. Kelly since 1994 or 5.
His golden shower.
Exactly. And he was messing with old girl. we
Right,
always knew he was
No.
messing with Aaliyah way back then.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
So
I used to
she was
bug-
15.
I used to bug out on dudes who like used to like want to watch the joint. I'm like, I was like, you're suspect.
I've never
dog.
seen it,
You're
man.
suspect for
I've
that
never
one. I
seen
used to, there was, when the tape dropped,
Mhm.
how cats were like actually going out to purchase
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Like that's sus, bro.
Yeah, you
You know what I
definitely
mean? Like that's a
suspect.
15-year-old.
Right. That's weird.
Exactly.
You know
man.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I used to think about that.
You
Like,
weird,
like, yeah,
man.
you weird, dude. You know what I mean?
I can say I've never seen any of that
Going
shit.
out there
man.
looking for a video of a 15-year-old
Yeah.
girl.
Right,
Weird.
right. Only thing I ever saw from it was what they obviously showed, like in or like the news or something.
Right,
just
right.
His side photo. I didn't watch the damn video. You know what I'm saying? Come on, dude.
Man.
You know what I
Weird.
mean? But no, man. Like, yeah, like there's. I
Michael Jackson
never
is
thought
R.
that was
Kelly, he did it.
Yeah.
He did it.
we
Like
know
most
that.
definitely.
We know he did it.
Like got a song called
Bill
AJ Never Put a
Cosby. What do you
Number.
think about
Like,
Bill Cosby? You think
That's
Cosby?
a tough one, man.
You think Cosby did it?
That's a tough one. I
mean,
Puddin' Pops, I'll
it's
say.
he
listening
did
to
admit
the,
to
I
using the
think-
Quaaludes.
I think he did
Mhm.
use Quaaludes on in the 70s and 80s. He was definitely doing that.
Yeah.
But I think that was a normal thing that everybody was doing. Unfortunately, I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
It's
But
just like when everybody was
those
doing
cases that he
mushrooms and
went to
stuff like
jail
that,
for those girls that he was helping through college,
Yep.
I am always been suspect on those because
Why would the girls go back?
there you go. Why do you keep taking money from this dude? Why do you keep going back to this dude? If this
And
dude
then
has
wanna
been raping
accuse
you
him
all these
of
years.
raping
Right.
you.
Why are you taking money from? You took your whole college degree from this guy, your whole college.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then at the end, after you're done, he's still helping you, and then you go.
And
That's weird.
And I understand, trust me, like I get it where like, some, these some predators, you know what I mean, they can be extreme,
Definitely.
extremely manipulative, you know what I
Definitely.
mean? Like they know how to get into your mind and stuff,
Definitely.
but I don't know, man. I just
That's tough.
with those situations, but yeah, man. And I think the thing is that definitely like the black community, like,
Right.
I'm saying they looked at it like two ways with Bill, right? Bill was, obviously was educated. He was the cornerstone of excelling in life, right?
Man, one of the first
But
black TV
then,
shows.
but
Yep.
then, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It was the opposite. He was the one that was so harsh on his own
Very
people.
hard.
Eddie Murphy will tell you. You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying?
Pull
Like,
your pants up.
you know
I
what I
remember
mean?
all the things he went on.
That Eddie talked about it in Raw. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like, that's all he did was he chastised a
Yeah.
lot of his own people. So a
Mhm.
lot of these people looked at it like that's just karma, bro.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like it's two ways,
Yeah.
with it, but
It is.
I don't know, man.
It's a tough situation, man. I've always said on that one, it's hard. Also, the information that came out of that case that wasn't supposed to come out, that was supposed to stay secret,
Yep.
and that would be in the evidence that's being used to have him go to jail. That was pretty tough.
Yeah.
That information was never, ever, ever supposed to be used or came out, and that was tough. Even if he did admit it, you can't use that information later on to convict him.
That was double jeopardy.
Right. That's what that was supposed to be. But the Philadelphia DA, they kind of fucked him on that. But you know what I mean? He was obviously doing something incorrect, or that stuff wouldn't have mattered. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So let's get into sports, bro. We almost done here.
Habari Sports.
Kyler Murray trades speculations hangs over the Arizona Cardinals before the season starts. It's been a tough offseason for Kyler Murray, man. He's been blasted online. People, his Instagram post at the end of the year. He's just been having a tough season, man. I don't know how this season's going to go for the Cardinals, but it's not looking great, man. We got a preseason game though with the Chiefs. I think it's Sunday, I believe. So we'll get another test to see how that's going. We do have Kathia Clark, who was a Louisville standout, rookie wide receiver. He no, I think he's a cornerback. He may be going for a starting spot. So he's still, he's picking everything up. He's trying to get everything through. But they said this guy might be going for a starting spot. But those are the type things that we're going to be looking at for the season, because I don't think wins and victories are going to be one of them, unfortunately.
Yeah, man.
It's going to be a tough season.
It's gonna be tough, man.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. But hey, this is what they did. You get rid of your best wide receiver, your best defense player. He retires. You got rid of the great defensive coordinator a couple years ago.
Right.
They just haven't been hanging on to anything, man. And there's no continuity with this team, bro. And
Steve Kime was to blame for the majority of this.
Yeah,
But
man.
This new GM, he's doing, it's interesting, man. I mean, and I'm curious to see how the new coach is going to play out. I watched the first game. I didn't watch yesterday, but I watched the first game last Friday against the Broncos. Not a big preseason fan.
Me either. Because I know everybody holding their cards. They're not really showing anything.
Let's just get busy already. You know what I mean? But they look pretty decent. I did see some changes just to the way certain defensive plays were called. But only time will tell. But yeah, with Kyler, man, I don't. Yeah, that whole bra situation. It ain't just him, man. It ain't just him. You know what I mean?
It isn't. But it's just what it is just his reputation.
Yeah, man.
His play, and everything on top of that, and on with the picture, is what makes everybody just not have confidence in what's going on.
It's all self-inflicted, man.
Yeah, man.
Like everything that he was doing in the season, him and Kingsbury, having a curse out match on live TV. When things don't go his way, he goes, he separates himself from the bench.
Yeah, man.
You can't do that.
He's making too much money to do that.
You're a team lead. Exactly.
He's got to be the leader.
That was the biggest thing too. $285 million. Kurt Warner didn't make even half of that.
Man.
And he took us to the Super Bowl.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what have you done necessarily? It's like one of those things like, I see the show, where's the proof?
And the thing is too, he put himself in the situation by he's acting like he was going to sit out to get this money.
To get the money. It's
And
the
the
same
money,
thing DeAndre Ayton did,
right,
you
is
know?
the
Yeah.
pressure.
Right.
Once you get that money, everybody's on your ass. Like,
Yeah.
where is it? We want to see
Like,
what you're
okay,
gonna do.
You got the bread now, homie.
Right.
So like, what are we doing?
Right.
You know what I mean? And we just weren't seeing it. Then he gets injured, and it's like,
Mhm.
dude, come on, you
Yeah,
know?
man. It's not. I don't know, man. I just wish we had a little bit more faith in what he was doing. It's just that everything's new. The
Well,
new
in his
offense,
defense,
new.
absolutely.
Right.
Now, in his defense, right, I will give him this. We never had an O line.
Right.
I mean, you can literally, like, I remember a couple games, I literally counted how much time he had for passing time. It was under 4.2
Oh my God,
seconds.
you can't. You got at least
Tom Brady, man.
Right. He's getting 5, 6
then
seconds.
I watched him. I watched the Buccaneers game and timed Brady at one at a Sunday game. It was like almost 2 minutes
Right.
that he had.
He's getting time.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're not having enough time to actually
Right.
just put it together.
No.
So in his defense, we didn't have an O line, but I mean, still, man, like
And that's sad also. Like,
and people got to get over this.
you
height
get a
thing.
quarterback.
Yeah,
Isn't that the first thing that you do is get an O line?
You gotta protect-
Once you right.
you got to protect.
You
him.
draft a quarterback, the next thing you draft is left offensive lineman.
Yeah, he's hiking it, and it's literally like, okay, I got to
Right.
run.
He's got to run.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying that he's
And
too
then
little.
and then they picked up on that quick because naturally he was a baseball player also,
Mhm.
so he's got good legs. So they picked up on his running.
Right.
His second season, year 2, they were like, okay, we picked up on that already.
Right.
I mean, we know you're a runner, so now
Right.
we're gonna be
We're gonna be
prepared.
prepared.
For
We're
this.
gonna keep a spy on him.
Yeah.
So I don't, and he gonna keep getting hurt if we don't protect him. So I don't
Yeah,
know, man.
exactly.
It's just that I've always said, man, I don't like the Bidwells owning the team. Period. I wish they would just sell the team because they're just bad
Yeah,
luck, man.
man.
They're just
Yeah.
bad luck. They've been bad luck from Illinois to St. Louis to
Yeah,
Arizona.
that's true.
They need to just give it up for real. It's a curse with them owning the team. I believe that because they blow. And
When they've always hired within. So it's like when you saw that they hired this new GM and then they got out, I was like, okay, well that's a step,
right.
but it's like still,
We just can't do anything right, man, with them. But all right, man, let's go to Comic Book Corner and then we're gonna play this game.
Let's do it.
Comic Book Corner. Sponsored by.
But I forget the VA. What is it? No, the rock band, the VA rock band. I forget the name of it today. But anyway, Blue Beetle premiered in El Paso, Texas on the 15th, 2000, and was released in the United States on the 18th. The film received generally positive reviews from critics. They praised Marjorano's performance. Jamie Reyes suddenly finds himself in possession of an ancient relic of alien biotechnology called the Scarab. When the Scarab chooses Jamie to be its symbolic host, he's bestowed the incredible suit of armor that's incapable of extraordinary and unpredictable powers. So yeah, man, the movie's out, man. I don't know how well it's gonna do. It hasn't done that well this weekend. We'll see it by the end of the weekend. But the thing that they're pushing is that it's a Latino Mexican movie.
Mhm.
They're really trying to push that it's family orientated. I've seen a lot of people say that's the only thing that they have, and that's the only thing that they're pushing, which kind of makes it, you know what I'm saying, whack. It's just like anytime you just like, oh, we black, that's all we're gonna do is just push blackness, and
Yeah,
that can get
Joy
whack.
Lopez is in it, right?
Lopez,
Yeah.
They got a lot of different people in there,
Right.
man. It looked like it may be okay. I think it's dope, man, to have the first Mexican,
Absolutely.
fucking superhero,
Of course, man.
and have the movie based
Especially-
on him. He's the
yep.
first lead,
Hell yeah.
and to bring the family dynamic into it. That's dope. But
Mhm.
they say the action suffers, and that's all we care about. We want to
Right.
see some
We
shit
just
get
want
blown
some
up.
action.
Right. Those things to us is like 2 and 3. How was the movie? Oh, it was also about family, but action and what the
How was
character
the
do
storyline?
is number 1.
Right.
And then number 2 is how would
That
it
sounds like
connect
every
with
time
everybody?
Yeah, it's
And-
like
and
it
I
was
think-
cool, but dog, it was blowing shit up.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So I mean,
Right.
you gotta look at the John Wick movies, man, and look at it's just
Right.
what's dope about them is people love the action and
That's
how
all.
they have delved them and just they live the action of shoot. The way you ever seen the way he trains for that movie?
Keanu?
Keanu Reeves. The training they go through is crazy.
He does his own stunts.
He does that. He's like this certain way they do of shooting, and they have to go through this training to even do that movie.
Wow.
Those are the type things that comic book movies are missing right now.
Yeah,
they're not going out above and beyond to make sure the action is the point. They're trying to make sure she's Palestinian. Like, okay, that's dope. But who getting blown up, man? Who getting beat up? What's the action? You know what I mean? Oh, she's from here and her family and her culture. That's cool. But what's the action?
Yeah.
Give me that first, and the storyline comes in place, and we're like, oh, that's dope. But I think they're doing. That's why they're suffering right now. A lot of these movies are suffering because they're so caught on trying to make sure that these stories are put in place because they did such a bad job in the past of putting all white people in front. And now they're trying to make it more dynamic, make it more diverse. But the stories are suffering. So that's what I'm thinking, man. On this one, it's probably gonna bomb badly just because of these things. I hope it does well, man. I've been rooting for it because it's the first one of its kind.
Of course, man.
You know, and that's a big deal. So that's all we got, man. Let's bring the game up, Jimmy. You want to run the commercial up while you do it? So we can get up out of here.
Just because they try to
Welcome. A couple things.
has been back, everybody.
Jimmy.
What you mean here?
What?
We waiting on you for the questions, G.
Oh, now y'all waiting on me, huh?
Yeah, you little bullet head, man.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Question number 1. What singer has had a Billboard #1 hit in each of the last 4 decades?
Dang.
What singer has had a Billboard number in
That's
each of the
40
last
years.
4 decades?
Dang.
You guys do multiple choice or anything?
Nope.
Not this week.
All right.
Lord, so you know they got to be at least from the 80s, 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a singer.
And they're still alive now.
Is it male or female? Can you give us that?
Any hints?
If not, it's
Female.
cool.
Female.
Oh, it's female? Okay. Female singer has had a Billboard #1.
Dang. That's tough, man. Womp womp.
Hold on. So it's not just within it's just within the last 4 decades they've had one.
Within the last 4 decades, what singer has had
A hit in each of the last 4 decades.
In each of the last 4
Yeah, so this decade, the last one, the 90s, and the 80s.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Oh my gosh.
That we going?
Oh, I can't think of it.
Who is it?
Mariah Carey.
Yep. Mariah
From
Carey.
the last 4 decades?
Yeah.
The last 4 decades.
Yep.
Oh, because Mariah came in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, her first hit was
Because
in
I
the
was
80s.
thinking the 70s. That would have been 5 decades.
Yeah, 5.
That's why I was like,
Mariah.
damn, Dolly Parton. Like I'm thinking, like the 70s.
Yeah,
Wow, it was
man.
Mariah. Oh, okay.
All right.
I should have known that.
That's a tough one though.
Who founded
This is easy.
Motown Records?
Very Gordy.
Yep.
Gordy. Prince introduced his iconic symbol on the cover of which
single was it?
This was
Oh, that's tough.
He a Prince fan, ain't he?
Yeah, that's tough though, bro. That's 1990 something.
This was
He introduced his iconic symbol on the cover
that's a
of
tough
which
one.
single?
no, it wasn't that. Let me think. Wasn't that?
Yeah, that's hard, man. I sure can't. I'm
Cream.
thinking- was it Cream?
It was not.
That's tough. Which one was it?
was
That's
1999.
What?
1999.
That's the jam
But
too,
because
bro.
after that is when, see, I thought when he initially put it was when he was having the problem with Warner Brothers.
But he didn't
Going on
use
strike.
it. He didn't go
didn't
by
use-
that symbol
yeah.
into then.
Until
Right.
1999.
Okay.
Right,
That's why I was
crazy.
saying Cream because it was later.
Yeah, because it was in that
Oh,
time when he started
wow.
doing it. He used it earlier. That's
Oh,
crazy.
1999.
Know that.
Okay.
That's a jam though.
All right. What was the first rap single
Whoa.
to hit the Billboard
top
top
40.
40?
Huh.
Wow.
What you think, Jimmy?
First rap single to hit the Billboard
I
top.
think I know my guess.
First rap single to hit the Billboard top 40.
I'm probably wrong.
Was it The Message?
That's my guess.
I'm gonna
It
go.
don't be me. It be her. You thought I just tried to show me
That was my. Is it the message,
Is it The
babe?
Message?
It is not
It's
the
not the
message. It
message?
is not the message.
What?
It is Rapper's Delight
What?
by the
Top 40?
Sugar Hill
I didn't think that was a top 40
Top
hit
40?
though.
Wow. I didn't know they hit the top 40.
Me either, bro.
Wow.
That's crazy. And that's really saying it's one of the first hip hop songs, pretty much.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Even though some people don't really like that, that's
Yep.
the first hip hop song because they said they stole all those lyrics. But
Yeah.
Though made famous by Ike and Tina Turner, Proud Mary was first recorded by whom?
I have no idea.
the Beatles.
It is not the Beatles.
I have no idea.
Rolling Stones.
Not Rolling Stones.
It's somebody weird, man. It's somebody white. I know it. The Carpenters. Damn it.
No.
It's not the Bee Gees?
No.
Dang.
Don't give yourself the
Man,
one.
damn.
That would be Credence Clearwater Revival.
Oh, yeah. They hard too, bro. They got jams.
Yeah, they are.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
They legit.
Who produced Bad?
Who
I should
produced
know
Michael
this.
Teddy
Jackson's
Riley.
Bad?
Teddy Riley?
It is not Teddy Riley.
What?
Quincy.
Quincy. Oh, my
Quincy Jones.
I should have known that,
He
man.
said it so fast and confident. I thought he got it right.
Oh man. No, that's right. That's right.
Quincy,
because
man.
Teddy did the Dangerous album.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
So,
right.
okay, hear me out. He said Teddy Riley. And I'm like, oh, he must have got it right.
Right.
I saw how fast he said it. I'm
You're
like,
right.
oh, it must be right.
Oh.
No.
So fast.
All
Damn.
right.
What Rolling Stones?
What Rolling Stones song
is also-
title is also a restaurant chain?
Oh, that's interesting.
Domino's, Pizza Hut, Subway, McDonald's, Papa John's.
What Rolling Stones song
Dang, that's tough,
is
man.
also
I
a
can't even-
restaurant chain?
I can't even think of their songs.
Oh, I know it. Cheating.
Y'all both cheat. You cheat every week.
She was like, I'll be thinking she gonna show me a picture or something.
Wow, I don't know.
Wait.
Monday, Tuesday.
It's not satisfaction.
Monday, Tuesday,
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Saturday. It's Saturday then.
Y'all wrong. Just go ahead and give yourself the womp womp on that. They tried to give you the answer so
It's called
bad.
Tuesday, Fat
It's
Tuesday.
Ruby Tuesday.
Ruby Tuesday.
Ruby Tuesday?
They tried Monday, Tuesday. They was emphasizing the Tuesday.
I'm like, I have no idea.
Wow, man.
It sucks anyway. Ruby Tuesday sucks.
It does.
How you like that?
But which rapper inspired an entire accredited course at Syracuse University called Hip Hop Is You, Queen Bitch 101?
Yeah, Pac was definitely one of the people. I knew that was a college course, but he's not the queen bitch.
No. Not at all.
No, she didn't. She wouldn't call herself a bitch.
Little Kim.
Yeah,
It is Lil'
that's what
Kim.
That's the Queen Bee. Yep.
Nah,
That's Queen Bee.
Latifah was like, "Who you calling a bitch?" On her
Yeah,
album,
man.
she ain't play
You know
that shit.
what I'm saying?
She ain't play that, dog.
Da-da-da-da.
Right, man. She
Right.
ain't play that.
Oh, I know
Whitney
this one.
Houston had a massive hit
I know
in
this one.
1992 with a cover of whose hit?
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton.
I Will Always Love You.
I will always love
Oh, man, I hit the wrong button.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah,
And she's Whitney killed it. Dolly,
and not only that, she was phenomenal in the movie.
man,
Yeah, she was.
Because that was off The Bodyguard. You know what I'm saying?
man,
She was a phenomenal actress.
for
too.
real, dude.
Yeah.
And shout out to Kevin Costner because he is the one who convinced her into getting in the movie. She didn't want to
Really?
do it. She didn't believe in herself that she could
Wow,
act.
that movie
He
is
told her
classic.
they were like best friends.
Man,
That's
it's
classic.
such a classic.
Yeah,
movie.
he was like, "No, you're gonna do this movie. I guarantee."
I couldn't
it."
believe how well she acted in the movie because
Oh,
she
yeah.
never really acted
And
before.
then she was
So
in Waiting to Exhale.
yeah,
like, you know what I
man,
mean? All
yeah,
these movies.
yeah.
Oh,
She
yeah,
was
man.
so
That was
good.
like one of her
man.
first movies.
Yeah, first
Bodied
superstar,
it,
one of the
bodied it.
first superstars, movies,
Yep.
everything. She was everything, man.
Macaulay Culkin was paid $1 million, the first child star ever to do so.
Dang.
For what film?
It's got to be the one, right?
Home Alone.
It is not Home Alone.
What?
Wait a minute. Oh, hold on.
What was the other one he was in? The one where he killed his little brother or something?
No, that was The Good Kid. That was
But that
later.
one?
That was his actual real brother too. No, that came after. No, he was in.
I don't know, bro.
Oh,
I
and
can't
he
even-
was
that's
a
the only movies I
kid,
can
too,
think
I
of.
remember.
My girl.
My Girl. Yes.
Talking
My
about-
I
Girl.
don't remember that.
Yep.
I don't remember
Dan
that, man.
Aykroyd was the dad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't remember that movie, man. I'm asleep.
That was a pretty good one.
Yeah, that was a good movie, but we thank
That's
you
it.
for playing.
Yeah, man, I got two right.
She happy to do that with
so
man.
now I gotta get up more on the Rolling Stones.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta really start digging more in my Prince history.
Man, that was
That's-
crazy. I didn't know
that's-
that myself, man, because I thought it came out in the
I thought it
90s.
was later. I thought it was
Because I know 99 came out in the 80s.
Oh yeah, that was like 80, 81 or 80.
Yeah. So that's crazy. Learn
Wow.
something new every day.
Yep.
Well,
Nice.
hey,
But I at
we
least
wanna-
thought you would get that one, being that you was a Prince fan.
I like Prince too.
I
man,
know,
but
man. That's why I'm like, I gotta really I got homework if I ever come back.
That's a tough one, man. But yeah, man, we want to thank Dave Miranda for coming through.
Thank you,
and
man.
IDPizzle for popping
And
in.
IDPizzle all the way from Belgium. It was cool discussing everything with you, man, going over your history, bro. You a very interesting dude. We hope everything for the future for Just Give Me Five. We will always be watching and making sure that you're doing great things, man. And anytime, make sure, man, anytime, if you even want to come through here, I told you before, if you want to come through here, bro, come through. Anytime, bro, it was open to you because you just always been such a good dude to us.
Appreciate
So
you.
anytime, man. Anything that you want to shout out to people where they can catch Give Me Five at?
Yeah. So you can go. We have a website. Just Give Me. Jimmy always gets on me. He's like, you don't have to say www. I'm so old school with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
JustGiveMe5.com. YouTube. Just Give Me Five on YouTube. Look for the purple hand. I always tell everybody. And then I'm at Mr. Miranda on Instagram.
Yeah, man. And like I said, great show. It's always filmed beautifully. These guys are heading somewhere. So make sure you check out the show. Thanks to everybody for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Holla, holla.
Black is fade to black, bro.